somebody in the comments saying they know Kodak
Oh, they know. Oh, that's good.
Which Kodak?
Black.
Ain't
He
hard
said
to
he
know.
said he
I
got
know.
he said he got insight on Lil Birdie.
Kodak ain't hard to know. I know Kodak. He be in Jackson now.
All right, my job is done. You hear Wale?
We love you, how to.
Okay,
Wale?
how do we get people on here? Or like
We
moving?
You
can
start
pull
bringing them
them
up.
up.
Pull them up.
Just tell TJ if you need to call somebody up, and he'll pull them from the audience for you, or send them back down. Either one.
Yeah, if they raise their hands
Yeah, I
and then
got
they
you.
pop out, it's fine.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah, somebody told me to ask you, have you took that chain off since you got it, that OVO chain?
Yeah. No, I have. It's locked in a safe
hey,
inside another safe. I'll tell you that. It's locked
hey,
in.
before we start, how many people y'all want up at once? The way everybody don't be talking up
Not
there.
too much. Yeah, not too many people at once. I'm sure of that because I would like to hear people's insight and their conversation. Last time was pretty cool. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But I'm gonna take it like 2 or 3 minimum at a time. So we can like at least get through people. I don't want to have a long-winded, I want everybody to be able to speak to act and do what they need to do.
All right, so I just say three. Three people at
Yeah,
once.
yeah. And then we'll rotate it out. Rotate it out.
They could raise their hands and stuff, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where we see them requests right there. So we'll see who we'll bring up the first 3, and then they'll be up here. Then the next 3 will come up. We'll send those 3 down.
All good.
Okay, there. Well, it was lagging for us.
What's the deal? Who's in here? Come on. I see somebody said my chain is bigger than Ben's. Nah. I think we all got the same size chain, bro. Like,
Yeah, everybody got the same size.
yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
y'all could talk
Flex.
now. Y'all three could talk now.
Hold on, Fax is up here. I don't know if he wants to speak to Act or not.
No. I'm gonna let everybody else go.
Go
Okay.
ahead, D7.
And shout out to Pat
Yo,
Center.
Yo, what up?
so I go by D7. I got a question here. So, does this seem like something that should be concerning given the fact that he went a whole year into this album rollout and spent almost 8 figures? And he's like the greatest artist of all time, right? But he's only putting out close to 500K first week. Is that concerning?
No. Actually, I think it's, with all things considered, we should actually look at the numbers. The numbers are really bigger than what they suggest. Like, I think if you go off his last couple albums, you might be like, well, CLB did more than this. Well, keep in mind, we got to readjust that YouTube, which is pretty much the 3rd biggest streaming platform for non-filtered, verified streams on demand. They're not being counted again. So that's affecting his numbers as well, right? He's still about to do 500 without it, but you have to put that in perspective. Also, when he dropped his last project, let's say For All the Dogs, I'll pull it up here now. For All the Dogs. And what people are forgetting, all right, so For All the Dogs, 23 tracks. Iceman, I believe, is 18 tracks. So it's showing that, some people felt like he was going for the method of, he's trying to spam this. Because, they always say this thing about like Kendrick, like, oh, well, Kendrick did this with less tracks. And, Drake is going to drop the album he wants to drop, right? He's not going to drop the album that people feel he should drop. So whatever length in terms of how long the album has to be is going to be what it is. But I think people thought that if he was chasing numbers, his last album did 404 and it sold, it had 23 tracks on it, he would probably try to go for more tracks on that particular project. Now, of course, he dropped more tracks overall, but he actually really condensed that particular project because he had 2 more other projects, right? So again, what we're watching with Drake is that this is a kind of a huge increase in numbers. It's just that it's not manifesting that because it's less amount of tracks and we got YouTube out of the mix. So I'm not concerned at all. I think 500 is a solid number. If we were supposed to basically take that number and put it like in any time beyond the last year where this YouTube thing has happened, it would be 6 something. And I think that would be Drake kind of maintaining the same type of level he's been at.
I get that, but like from a business standpoint, there's over 8 figures put into this in a year of rolling out this album, but you have people like Kendrick Lamar dropping surprise albums making close to that amount first week sales with no rollout, no promo, you know. So from a business standpoint, is that concerning?
Well, when all is said and done, remember this rollout is for all 3 albums, right? So he rolled out all 3 albums in one, not just one. Also, I'm not too sure if we're being accurate if we're saying his sales is close to Kendrick Lamar. If we add up, if we're putting all the budgets together, we've got to put everything together. He's gonna do about like 800,000 records sold first week combined, compared to a guy who literally did, was it 350, 325? Actually, he was pushing more like 275 before. You know, I think Drake foolishly engaged with, well, not engaged with him. I think Drake dropped the lawsuit during the first week, which made it, you know, I think gave a huge buzz to Kendrick. But regardless, who cares about that? I definitely believe that it's still no comparison if he's doing, I mean, cumulatively, about double what the second guy's doing, right? Even if we just want to compare Iceman to GNX. So we're talking about someone who, again, probably the biggest moment in his career. I get it, no rollout, no this, but he just came off one of the most successful hip hop songs of all time. We all were, again, without a rollout, if he dropped anything, we were going to check it out. That did 350. Drake, yes, there's way more anticipation. Yes, there's a rollout, but he's doing 500. So I still see that as a win, not a cause to be concerned. And I guess I would follow up if you still felt there was a cause to be concerned. Well, what do you think Kendrick's next project's going to do? I'll make a bet. I don't think it touches over 300.
Laura, you want to speak? Go ahead. Laura. Hey,
Yo,
Ziggy.
what's good? What's good?
Okay, good.
Yo, Ax, man, I just want to give you big ups on the whole, like, being involved with the rollout and, you know, keeping your mouth shut. I know that was hard as hell to do. But one thing I wanted to speak on was that the whole Lucian Golden Goose thing, how probable is it that he could have just kind of sunk the whole UMG kind of bidding war situation?
Okay, explain that again, and I'll answer it. I kind of get what you're asking, but I want to just be very clear. Just ask that question.
Well, he had a couple lines in the album where he was referring to doing just that, like, you know, it wasn't about the rap battle or none of that. It was literally about him being able to profit off of this moment right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to know, what do you think about the whole UMG thing, and how probable is it that he could have possibly cost them a couple billion?
I don't know about cost him a couple billion, but I do believe high level business is happening here. I don't believe there's any benefit musically for him to drop now, other than if it's a strategic drop. Keep in mind, most people, and even I think most people would have said before this rollout was pretty much imminent, that Drake wouldn't drop until he solved this issue with Universal. So if everyone was saying, nah, he's going to wait till he solves this, and he doesn't wait till he solves this, you have to then assume that he's using this drop to possibly affect that. So I do think it's affecting it in one way or the other. I know you want to say it means that he's cost them money. I think he's putting their business in a very interesting place, and he's putting their owners in on notice as well. Hey, I get it. I have a situation with you guys, but I know you guys have a different situation which you need me. So rather than wait for you guys, which, you know, remember, one of his lawsuits got dismissed. He's appealing this and third. All right, it's probably most likely they're going to agree that the appeal should allow the lawsuit to go forward, but we don't know what's going to be. That's going to drag on for years. Should Drake not drop music for years? So remember, that was always going to benefit UMG. Hey, you can't drop music for years. You got to wait till this is done. I think he's figured out a moment where they they wouldn't want him to drop now, right? Because if he didn't drop now necessarily, he would still be under contract, and whatever they have going on external to Drake, they get to negotiate with it. And even if there's a concern, to say, hey, well, aren't one of your biggest assets suing you? He could be like, well, we still got the guy in contract, and we're probably going to figure it out. So this asset it's not a free agent. At this moment, Drake's contractual obligations with Universal are complete. Now, he's talking that free agent talk. Is he necessarily a free agent? Is he going to walk? Is he going to explore? Or is it just leverage to kind of get what he wants and he'll probably return? That's why I think the timing of the album is very important. So, yeah, I do believe that he dropped this album on purpose to affect whatever business they had going on because it's leveraging his business.
It's DC.
Yo.
Yo, what's good with everybody? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Man, first off, bro, like I already know you getting your props, but I gotta say, man, I was smiling profusely when I saw my boy get that shot off from Drake. You feel me? Man came through with the pictures, chain, all that. So, you know, that's really a blessing to see.
Let me ask you a question about it. Because so someone said this to me and I didn't realize it. When we started that stream, right? I mean, I was hinting at somebody. We started the stream, and then y'all seen me like on the stream. Some people said it didn't immediately click that we met until they seen Drake in the same room in a later scene. And I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, do you think I like filmed the ice?
They AI'd you, first of all. They was people saying this is an AI video.
Oh, so they thought it like either I filmed it here or it's just like something.
Yeah, or if it was fake.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
From my perspective,
I was arguing for my life.
I thought they met each other. Like, look, when I seen them at the CN Tower, like, oh yeah, it's over with. They done already linked up, but like, it wasn't confirmation till he really dropped the pictures. It was like a little speculation. I like, could be so, could be not.
Oh, it could be a
but
little finesse.
You feel me? But I seen the pictures. I'm like, Bombo Mira. He got the chain, all type of shit. I'm like, yeah, it's over with. This big OVO act now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nah. But look. All I wanted to say was, there was a Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody remembered it. There was a Twitter Spaces, and What's the Dirt was in there. And we was really talking about how Drake should roll out the album. I don't really got no questions. All I want to say was, in my opinion, I feel like this was one of the best rollouts like he could have really attempted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how everybody else feel about it, but I think it's money well spent, and I think that like it's a definite like good investment. Like, bro man come on, like he already a billionaire. He got money to burn for a real promotion. So, you know, just wanted y'all opinions on that. You
No, absolutely. I guess I would follow up, and by the way, thanks for all the nice words about like I got that chain for all of us, man. But if we're talking about rollouts,
hey, I'm posting this shit.
No, of course, come on, man, bruv. Like, yo, it's all of us. Yo, so if we're talking about rollouts, this is where I would, and maybe even future people getting on the stage, they could kind of like chime in. Could we like rank some of the most elaborate and best rollouts we've seen? I think Kanye would probably be in the mix. There, but I do gotta say the guy took over an entire city, bro. Did you see the guy recorded a music video in the mayor's office? The mayor, like he wrote the mayor a note and left, and the mayor. It's not even like his cap. It's not even like his cap. Like the mayor is acknowledging this. Like yo, I'll give y'all a little tidbit. And I know they're gonna clip it, but it's fine. Yo, I've never seen an artist, and this is gonna sound mad glazing. But bruv, this is only my experience, and I guess like if I don't say this, y'all, well, I don't know how y'all could even prove it, bro. I was riding around with this guy, and so all right, we go do what we do. Pause. That sounds gay, right? So we do the shoot, and he's like, yo, Ak, I'm gonna go set you up at dinner, and then I'm gonna have to dip out at some point because I gotta shoot 2 more music videos, right? So he's like, I'm gonna just catch a quick bite with you, just chop it up with you, really hospitable. And then I got to go do more music videos because he's really a night owl. He doesn't sleep. And we're going down, and we have like these SUVs that he had sent to get us. But he's like, "Nah, come roll with me." And y'all hop up in this SUV. This is glazing now, like this crazy, like exquisite, like presidential limousine type of thing. And I promise you, this is how the nigga moves. Nigga, this is gonna sound mad glazing. There's no way to make it sound non-glazing. Yo, I'm driving with this man in the car. And first of all, it's just like a whole caravan. Like, this nigga really moves like that. Bruv, I felt like every time it was a red light, it turned green for the one car, gang. I'm like, yo, is there a nigga with a button in here? Like, I swear, it's gonna sound crazy. He got a control over Toronto. Like, nigga, I wouldn't be surprised if he controlled traffic. I wouldn't be surprised. Nigga, we in the car, I'm like, yo, you ever watch that one movie where they changing all the red lights to green lights? Nigga, that was what happened in real time, nigga. I was like looking up like, what the fuck? I'm telling you, it's gonna sound like glazing, bro. There's no other way to make it sound, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Don't be them drunk nights, act.
No, I was not drunk. I'm telling you. I'm like, wait.
No, I'm saying for me.
No, this is wild. I'm telling you, there's something. He got a different level of power. I even said to him, like, why the fuck do you even come to the States? Bro, you're recording the mayor's office. If you want to put like 59 ice blocks downtown and flood the city, you can. He does whatever he wants. The guy does whatever he wants. It's like a politician, like, yo, dude told me, like, if customs come on the plane, just tell me here to meet with the boy. I'm like, what? Like, y'all got keywords? Like the boy? This is an access code. I'm telling you, I've never seen, and maybe I just haven't been around like other powerful rappers, but I would beg to dip. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say that. Maybe somebody who's hung out with Jay-Z in New York probably sees that, where Jay-Z
I was
is.
gonna say, like, it might be compared to that, like Hove in New York.
I don't. Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Hey,
You
why
know,
when
that's
Roddy
the only
Rich
person
said,
I compare Drake to. It's Hove.
Well, I'm just thinking about power.
Hey,
Yeah, Drake got power. Yo.
why they said when Roddy Rich said he was supposed to go to Toronto and he got stopped at customs, he was supposed to go to meet with Drake, but he didn't get in. Why that didn't work for him?
Well, why he don't got a song with Drake? I don't know. Maybe Drake ain't giving. I don't know what's going on, bro.
Yo, don't Drake got a song called Diplomatic
I'll
Immunity?
just tell you my opinion. Yo, listen. Maybe Drake is playing Border Patrol. I don't know. I'm just telling you what happened when I went. So I don't know about Roddy Ricch's situation, man. But yeah. Crazy shit.
Yeah. Hey, X, your turn, man. You can speak with X.
Yeah, yo, shout out Academic, shout out CNG, I know the vibe. And yeah, then this Lex, by the way. But yo, I'm seeing I want to ask you two things, right?
Yeah.
First thing I want to say is that this is the best rollout of the century. When you're talking about making something a public spectacle, engaging the whole audience attention, making the rollout come alive in the imagination of the audience. Drake is really a creative director, if we being for real, but this is amazing. Yeah, but when it comes to the private equity situation, right? What is up with that, bro? Because I'm like, the whole video rollout, that's a whole proof of concept he got now. He could get the funding. I'm just like, is that a real thing? 2 billion, 5 billion? Like, what's the exact numbers?
I mean, a lot of that going to be privy to Drake. I will just say, I'm trying to say in a there is billions that talk, and this has never been done before, but there is billions in every conversation he's having. That, and I will say the conversations didn't start. So whatever you're hearing, I'm not here to confirm or deny. One thing I confirm, billions are being talking about, or at least $1 billion. And I will tell you this, for the people who might just think this is wishful thinking or whatever, these conversations are matured and didn't just start with the album. The album probably 100% is a huge leverage point, but these conversations were happening before. I've heard people in the past say, yo, $1 billion just sounds too wild for a rapper to get or an artist to get to be able to recoup. I am here to tell you that those conversations are much realer than just speculation and wishful thinking. So again, whatever happens, if you want a true prediction from me, it's going to be $1 billion deal. Is it going to be a private equity, or is it going to be his label, current label, probably giving a payout to try to resolve some stuff and also re-signing him? That's where we probably have to pick his brain a little bit more. But I will definitely say the confirmation I have, it is billions that's being talked about.
Well, the weekend, I don't put it past because I mean the weekend, his joint was a billion. I could imagine Drake is like, man, I'm a 5x that. But the last thing I wanted to ask you, Act, was with Future, right? I'm sure the politics around that is mysterious, but you don't think that's a little sus, bro, for real. But I like the song; it's amazing. But like, it don't think it look a little weird, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As a fan of Future, everybody knows when I talk about people in verses, Future's up there for me. Like, I feel he's the king of Atlanta. He's the Jay-Z or the Drake of Atlanta, whatever you want to say. 100%, I believe that Future is just such a phenomenal artist, and no one compares to him in Atlanta. But I got to be honest with you. I think Future is the head of the snake, and it's very hard for me to accept that Drake has forgiven one of the snakes, while some other little rattlesnake or the tail of the snake is there's some people who maybe I'm kind of judging who did what egregiously, and I'm judging wrong because ultimately it is Drake's decision and how he feels, but I feel like some of those guys are getting this is unforgivable while Future's back in. I will tell you this, while I do not like it, the song and how fire it is does make up to keep me chill. But I would say I wouldn't trust Future as far as I could throw him if I was Drake. And I would not be in a room.
Act. That's how I feel about Travis. Like, if you could forgive Future, you could forgive Trav. Like, come on, gang. Like, this too much.
Well, is there like actual beef with? I always felt like it was a keep that nigga away from me type of thing with Travis. Like, keep that nigga away from me, right? Like, not full
He
beef.
gave
Like,
him the stargazing line. I don't know. He trying to beat a nigga up.
nah. Well, I think that line is more to some of the people that he really. I think Drake wants to talk tough to certain niggas. When he says, "Yo, catch you boys stargazing in the field," I don't think he's talking about like Travis has lost 5 consecutive fights. Like, we've seen him on camera. Like, bro, you can't talk crazy to him. You know what I mean? So I do think their relationship is strained. And a big part of that is him jumping up on stage like a little kid, like, play that song, play my favorite song. But we got to be honest. Future did 2 albums and recruited not 1, not 2, but multiple of your enemies to show up. He recruited Kendrick. He recruited A$AP Rocky. He recruited The Weeknd. The Ross was on it. He recruited everybody. He wanted everybody to come kick it back in. It was like, hey, got him right here. Come put your kicks in. So, again, while they're amazing combo, and I do think there is some benefit for Drake to collab with Future. Number one, he's still in his prime, hottest ever. He's the hottest he's ever been. Future, hitmaker. Future, clubs, synonymous. Right? There's always been like it's a very symbiotic relationship. Drake and Future just make great records that play in the club. So I see that, but it's hard for me to forget that Future was one of the snakes who planned this whole thing in the get-go. And I think Drake, again, I haven't ever spoke to him about necessarily his relationship with Future. And by the way, going back to what Elliot Wilson said back then, when Elliot Wilson had said that Future and Drake had spoke, that never happened. Like, he wasn't lying. He didn't speak to Future. He spoke to people that were on behalf of Future. And clearly we hear now that, Big Bank and Savage were trying to be middlemen, and clearly worked. But just to clarify, because I know Elliot was back in, like, he was saying, yo, y'all said I was lying. I wasn't. You just didn't have the accurate facts. It was the middleman, which shout to Savage, by the way, and also Big Bank. But yeah, I will tell y'all, listen, keep your eye on Future. That's what I'm going to say. I'm very wary of Future. Very.
Yes, sir.
Nah, for sure. Yo, Ack, I want to say some shit. I want to say a few things real quick, though.
Go ahead.
All right. So first of all, I need to know who the fuck is Drake A&R, because I could see a few people on an album like Lil Shimmy. All right, that's cool, but I could even kind of see Stunner Sandy, but I feel like Stunner Sandy was low key a shot at Ice Spice, but we'll get into that. But Iconic Savvy, That's a young Chicago queen. Like, how the fuck he find her? Like, only niggas
That
that's
song not popping?
really
You don't like the song?
yeah, no, it's popping. It's
Yeah.
popping. It's lit. But
He's saying
iconic.
Drake is tapped in.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
like
okay.
how the fuck he find her? Like iconic savvy. She an underground gem. You feel me? And if you really tapped into underground, do you know about her? So I want to know. Do you know how the fuck he found her?
I don't. I'll try
Okay.
to bring it up in a future conversation. I felt like he's kind of explained in terms of how, in terms of an A&R, if you want to call it that, how he's picked people on records before. He said, yo, sometimes he'll get tapes of like people that's making some dope shit. Sometimes he'll be just listening to some shit and then call it to his producer and be like, yo, get a hold of this person or whatever. But
Okay.
I don't know how he's doing it now, right? Because I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest with you, shit. He put me on Iconics of Savvy. Like I didn't know
Yeah,
about.
she hard.
Yeah,
She hard.
I didn't know about. I didn't know about them. I ain't gonna lie.
All right. So I got two more questions. So one more thing I want to say this. Shout out to this dirty ass New York nigga named Fax because Fax called it. I don't know if y'all remember the battle
Yeah.
when Kendrick and Drake was going at it, and Fax had that little breakdown, and Fax said the only way Drake come back is if he holler at Ack and get them chat niggas, and he did that, and he fucking cooked. So shout out to that nigga Fax and shout out to Drake for that. But I also want to say this. I got a question from Classic. He a producer. He's a Jamaican producer. He worked with a lot of artists. Classic said, why on his song Little Birdie did Drake sound like Kodak? Do you know the backstory to that?
I don't. He absolutely.
Okay.
He absolutely.
I actually, no disrespect, yo, act
Mhm.
happy belated. You feel
Bro,
me?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my fault.
my
S-
fault act.
yeah. So the question on Lil Birdie, he definitely shit. Even he reminded me of Kodak. The whole thing reminded me of Kodak, and I don't know. Kodak is Kodak on social media right now?
I don't even know.
Nah, not really.
Kodak Black. It's not showing his
He
page.
coming back off the drugs right now, so make it low key.
Yeah. Am I blocked or something? It said page not found. So, well, you guys can tell me if he's off or not. The reason why I ask is that I feel he's gonna speak on it, but also I don't know how he feels about it. Like, I think he's either gonna feel a way about it, or he's gonna be like, "Yo, this is fire," and I don't know, but like, shout out to Rugrat, but I don't think Rugrat has that claim to be like, "Yo, he stole my shit." It's not similar
Yeah.
enough for me. But if Kodak
Yeah.
says, "Yo, that song is like Bodak Yellow, damn near," in terms of it's inspired by me, I don't know if Drake could be like, "Nah, what? I never thought about Kodak when I made that song." You know what I mean? Like,
Cause you remember my fault act. Cause you remember when Kodak said that him and Drake did a few songs, but he didn't want to drop them because he wanted Drake to drop them. So
yes, yes,
okay,
yes,
all right,
yes, and
all right, bet.
that's where I'm kind of like at with it. So I'm like, I'm waiting for Kodak to say something. It's clear that he was inspired by a Floridian vibe. The song already sounds like a Kodak joint. I can't see it not being somewhat inspired. Even if I don't think Kodak has no song that sounds exactly like it though, right? Because if
Nah,
Kodak,
he don't. He don't. It's just the Kodak flow. Like it's that should just sound. It just sound just like Kodak. Like
yeah, no, I get that, I get that, I get
all right,
that.
all right. But shout out to you. You did your thing, act. You definitely put on for the chat niggas. And happy birthday again. You already know nobody fucking bigger than the chat.
Come on, man.
Nothing bigger than the chain. I mean, we were real proud when we saw you got that chain and all that shit for real, man.
I'm telling you, man, crazy is 24. I stayed there 24 hours. And when I got there, after I did, there was so many people that wanted me to like hit the clubs and shit, but I wanted to keep it a secret. Like that was my main thing. I wanted nobody knew I was in Toronto. So I was like, I'm not going out because people are gonna spot me and they're gonna be like, yo, if one picture gets leaked and I gotta like answer it before, like also I'm really respectful of like people and their plans and shit, right? So I'm like, bro, he's probably spent, I don't know, he probably spent like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 getting me out there, right? taking care of everything. And dog, like the most respect you could have. Like I went out there on the 9th. The album dropped the 15th or 14th that night. Bro, don't let nobody know you're there. And I told my whole team, y'all could take out pictures, and they all had pictures with Drake too. He didn't tell us not to post nothing, but I'm like, I asked my entire team, I said, please, let's not do anything or post anything because I don't want to ruin his surprise. Clearly, this is supposed to be a surprise. And yeah, I'm glad it went down like that, and I thought it was beautiful. It worked with his rollout, so nice.
Yes, sir. Hey, big acapella. I know you've been waiting a while, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's Big Acapella. Shout out to our block. Big Academics, man. I want to say first of all, sir, work ethic second to none, man. Keep killing the game, man. You really are doing that.
Shit, thank you.
That's
I could go a little
one.
harder. I could go a little harder, but appreciate it too.
For sure. So secondly, well, just because we mentioned it now, I mean that's a
Oh
hell of a
shit!
birthday,
While we
man.
waiting, act my fault. I just want to say one more thing. This is a little off topic, but chat niggas, I just need to say this for the chat niggas. Fuck Myron, nobody bigger, and that's what we standing on, respectfully.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I think
Hey,
his talking
go ahead.
points are definitely, it's definitely off with the majority. Like I'm not too sure why he sums up the majority of black people with some of the rhetoric he does. It's kind of,
That's still your man.
Yeah, that's his man. You ain't got to speak
yo,
on that act.
yeah.
I just needed
I
to say
think
that for the
I heard
chat.
it in his voice.
I think he says a lot of stuff to like kind of piss people off and be a little bit provocative, but yeah, most of them talking points sometimes align a little bit too much with somebody that wouldn't be black. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but
And that's what I love about you, Ag. I'm glad you said that.
in time he'll learn. He'll learn.
Hey, quick question.
What's up?
This a little bit off topic, but who I gotta kill to get you to play games with the chat one day, man?
What games?
Any game, man. Whatever it is you playing, I'm certain we got a chat nigga that play it, man. Whatever you feel
are
like
you talking
getting
about video
smacked in,
games?
you say word.
Oh shit! I mean, we gotta do that.
And you know,
I still play
I've
video
been
games all the
working on
time.
that little GTA server. I'm gonna talk back to Leaf and get that up and running for you, G.
By the way, GTA 6 is coming out soon, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that won't be an issue though. We're gonna be ready to roll over.
Yeah, no. I should be playing like because I play Fortnite all the time still. I should be doing it on chat. I mean, I don't think none of y'all can fuck with me in Fortnite. I'm like a pro, honestly. I'm not.
I
I
beg
want to
your
do a
pardon.
custom party with all of us. I know, Ag, I'm going to sweep you. I'm sorry, a chat queen. I'm
Hey,
a
look
gaming
though,
girl.
We gotta
whenever
do
you
like
get some
one morning
time
or
one day,
something.
man, just hop in on Discord and we can run it. If you let AJ or Wale or Leaf know, they'll let me know and I get everything set up. If you could give us like at least like 8 hours notice, I have it, put together for you.
Nah, for sure. Nah, we definitely gotta do that. It's been a while.
Let's not
All right,
step
G.
on acapella because he was definitely going, guys.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
No
Don't say
worries,
that.
no worries. I'll let the OGs finish up. No problem. Hey, so Ag,
Yeah.
check it out, man.
Go
I
ahead.
think you're gonna be with me, okay? I think you're gonna be with me here.
Lay it out. Go
Now,
off.
considering the legendary moment, the numbers that are right now and to come, the rollout, the powerful drop, the response to our adversity, the music quality and abundance. Bro, this isn't Drake's best project. The Iceman package with the two other albums, this is Drake's best project. Yes or no?
I told you that because I feel like this album is gonna last us for the end of the year, and really, definitely just a couple of months strong. On last album, I felt like I wasn't really that quick to rush to say that C word. I'm gonna deliberately wait, but everything is pointing towards it. I just don't want to stamp it yet because I'm watching it work through the culture. I know I'm enjoying it every day more and more. I think it's fire, but I want to watch it. It's so voluminous, right? It's such a big project, and I know you're only like we could just mention Iceman alone, but there's two other projects and the rollout. Like that's the whole thing, right? Like homie was shooting music videos and little things here or there for 4 months, right? Whether he was overseas, this and third, like there's a lot to it, and I just want to give it the proper respect of letting it live a bit. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Before I get into the hard parts of ranking this project, I will say, I'm trying to see which project I could put it just above right now. Okay, maybe more life. I'll give it already. It clears more.
But it's like none of these projects. It's about the moment too.
Oh,
the
okay,
moment
all right.
that came with this project.
Okay, if we're
It's
talking
just-
about
it's-
moment, it's only competing with two, which is Scorpion and Views. Like this moment is just it's a one of one.
Nothing was the same. I feel like nothing was the
Take care,
same. Y'all be
Goated.
No.
forgetting. Y'all be forgetting about nothing was the
Yeah,
same.
but it wasn't like a moment like this. Like this moment, I feel like we're gonna talk about the moments that led up to this and the moment when it dropped. It feels like a shift is happening. Nothing was the
I
same.
see
An
what you're
amazing
saying.
album, but right now, it's like we're gonna just remember this time and remember how much things shifted from like 2 years ago. That's why I think it's a big
Absolutely.
moment.
Hey, speaking of that, I got a quick question.
You're going in and out, pause.
You hear me?
I'm glad you said pause on that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad.
No, he can't hear me.
No, we can't hear you. Going in and out.
He might be
I'm trying to
experiencing
get somebody
storm
else
too.
up here. Let me see.
Yeah, everybody in the chat.
Hey, by the way, I'm telling you, Future wants that number one with Drake. I'm telling you. Future's posting Drake. Like, yo, Future's back buddy with Drake. He wants that number one. Yo, Future know the vibes. Like, all of these other waste men, they're not getting the number one. They're not getting the number one. He wants that number one. Numero
You see the
uno.
energy, but I don't trust him like you said, bro. It's something wrong
Yo,
about that. You know?
Future just posted an
I
hour
still
ago.
include it.
He posted an hour ago him with an Atlanta hat, that quintessential Atlanta Braves hat. He says jet to Toronto. It's a whole slide. It's showing him basically like he's showing a lot of love to Drake. Like he's almost kind of like, yo, we're back. Like that's twin. Like we're back being twins. Like he's like fakest shit ever, I think, right? Fakest shit ever. But
I agree.
Brothers fight sometimes.
but like you could tell like he wants just the number one to just be like, I'm the GOAT. Like, yo, Drake got you know how much it's gonna mean to Future if Drake beats the record with his song, not a solo. Remember, I'm gonna keep it a beat. Yo, Drake fans, y'all gotta make Janice be number one. You can't have you can't have Future walking around saying you only passed Michael with me. No, the snaking is gonna happen again. It's gonna happen. It's at an all-time high already. You can't have Future gassed up like, oh, you only passed Mike when you ran and the song is literally called Ran to Atlanta. We can't have that song be the one that passes it. Stream Janice.
I'm not listening to that. Yeah, we throwing Janice up, whisper my name, like what? Plot twist. No Atlanta.
I'm telling you.
Yo, I heard like
I like that classic.
Mad
That's
people
what I'm
saying
doing.
like, yo, he got no singles on Iceman. Like he got no hits. I'm like, you telling me Janice is not a hit? Are you fucking kidding me? That's crazy.
One of y'all could go now though.
Yo, he has too many songs that is popping off right now. I told you. I said it to him. Yes, I said. Yo, again, there's a hit for whatever type. If you like a club song, if you like some strip club shit, you're gonna go with this Future record. If you like super catchy, still popping shit, but it's organic, you're gonna go with this Janice record. If you like more of that tough talk, you're gonna go with Plot Twist. There's so many records that's popping off. I don't think we've had, and this is a legit conversation to have, I don't think we've had a Drake record or Drake album in a while. Maybe Scorpion, where like instantly we're like, remember, people love Mob Ties immediately, but Mob Ties didn't become the one people were focusing on till later down the line, right? Because remember, God's Plan is going up. Remember, you got Nonstop, you have Elevate, you have well, some of these aren't like singles, but they were taking a lot of people's focus. Drake dropped another album, and this album, I think we got like 5-6 records. They're all moving. Like,
And also, I'm gonna say when the girls want to shake their ass, they listen to True Bestie and Whole Face.
yeah, no, that's a fact.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can a chat queen say something? Hi, Ak. I'm so happy for you.
Hey,
Happy
beautiful.
belated
Hey,
birthday.
thank you so much. Thank
Yes,
you.
I'm a chat queen.
Come
Okay,
on
I
now.
just wanted to. I have a girly question.
Oh, come
So
on.
Drake is your favorite artist. When
Yeah.
you recorded your scene,
Yeah.
were you nervous?
No. I'm gonna tell you
You
why.
said it took 6 takes. I'm like, I know Big Act was in there putting on, but I'm like, was
Yo,
he
he
nervous?
said I was good, and I said to him, I said, bro, you not only flew out for this, I said, I said, because it was really cold. Like, it's, all right. So his vision was this. Yo, Ak, I want you to just go on and like kind of open up. You're at the beginning of the episode. That's as much as he told me. I told him to not tell me stuff until we got there. So when we get there, I meet him on the roof and whatever, we chop it up. It's a long time. We start talking about some other stuff, and then we're about to go film in a bit. And now he's like, all right, Ak, I know you didn't want to hear about like whatever, but I have to tell you pertaining to the scene you're going to shoot. Check this out. We built out the set because I was supposed to initially go there on the 6th. So on the 6th, I was supposed to, that's another reason I didn't go to Rolling Loud, because I was going to go to Rolling Loud. Not only did Youngboy pull out, pause, but Drake moved back when I was supposed to come there till the 9th. And I was like, let's weigh this. Rolling Loud, go to Toronto and be an Iceman. That was an easy decision. So we get there, and all right, that happens. So he tells me the scene, and he built like that. The place I shot was this custom set within the CN Tower, and he's like, "Yo, I want you. You're kind of part of the intro before the music really starts playing. So you're gonna be like this DJ. If you don't know, the CN Tower is like the tallest broadcast center in the world. Actually, there's real radio equipment up there. Historically, back in the day, that was the place that they would broadcast from that the whole city could hear. So he's using that symbolism too. So he's like, Ak, you're going to be, it's just think about like we took over the game and we're interrupting everybody's broadcast. That's the episode. And you're introducing like, fuck what's going on. We are about to listen to Iceman. But he says, Ak, I want you to do it with your twist. And essentially it's like, yo, Ak, just go on a rant and just say whatever you want to say. Like one of the normal rants you go on, just do that. And that's where the coldness come in, because now I sit there like, yeah, we take 2 shots. Me and Dre, we take 2 shots. But it's like he wants, you know, when people.
Wait, you took 2 shots with Dre?
There's actually another clip where like his hand.
Nice.
Yo, the guy's such a troll. There's another clip where he's like, you know what? We should do a take where my hand comes into the frame and we do a cheers, and we take a shot there with his hand there, and he's like, yo, we're gonna troll all the people who think basically like me and you are always working together on everything. So we're gonna troll them by we're gonna take a shot before I went on the rant, right? So like the intro is like, imagine it was gonna be like, it was almost gonna play on this theory that people have. It's like, oh, Drake was behind everything Act does anyway. You know what I mean? It was I wish he'd use that.
I love that.
So anyway.
Okay, one last thing. Hold on,
Yeah.
Act. Okay, one last thing since you are OVO. Please tell Drake,
Yeah.
classic. We need that first minute 30. Like, I want that as a song. Like, we need
First
that.
minute 30 of
Tell
what?
Drake a classic on.
Oh.
We need that.
Okay. Wait, how does it
bug
go?
in his ear.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, but girls, we are loving that first minute and like 30.
Classic. Please, you need to tell him.
For real?
I was like, Drake, why would you do this to us? Like, I mean, just rewinding it, like, so classic on Habiti.
Really?
Okay, but I love you. Happy
Yes,
birthday. I'm
Ak.
so happy for you. We fuck with you, Ak. You did your big one. Yes.
Shout out to your chat queen.
No. Thank
Yes.
you guys so much. Well, I'm surprised that you girls are feeling. I haven't really got through all that stuff. You know what? I even told him. I said, bro, right now I'm focused on you dissing up all these guys. I like these songs because that's usually like Drake's my spirit animal in different ways. Like when it's talking tough and popping that shit and rich bars and yo, I'm eating ravioli wherever. That's my guy, right? But there's also like you gotta know I be playing like a lot of like whether it's Virginia Bees, tried your best, Jaded. Like I love the R&B shit too. I think he's one of my greatest R&B singers. But I haven't really dug through the R&B record that I need to dig through it. And I literally said, is gonna be for probably like September for me. So to hear you girls already jacking and be like, "Yo, classic is a joint," I'm
I'm
remember
not
how
gonna
it
lie, it's not
goes.
gonna be September. You're gonna be listening to that by June. The girls, because you're gonna be
Fire.
outside, the girls are gonna want to hear
Wait,
it.
wait,
I'm
hold on. Let me
telling
play
you.
a little bit of it. Wait, I don't remember.
I feel like a lot of the girls been listening to that "Don't Worry" though. That "Don't Worry" been going crazy.
Let's see.
That BBW.
Classic. Let me see. Let me see.
Hey, X, I know you like the pettiness, but "Don't
Oh, I know
Worry."
it has a sample on it. So this is hitting?
Yeah,
It's hitting already. Off and running.
it's going crazy.
Really?
Hey.
I'm gonna tell you, they played that in
I heard
Charlotte.
once.
Word.
I heard once.
Oh man, it's gonna be. That's what I'm telling you. It's gonna be a great couple of months. All right, so
Yeah,
you see
he got
me.
some.
I don't know how y'all listen to music. I find one song. Y'all know because like, look, I've burned the hell out of FDO. Let's be honest, right? Like I burned the shit out of it. So
And last.
yeah, you're right. Last, of course. So I am
Make
glad.
them pay. I had that shit on loop.
Yeah, I'm glad that some of these songs I haven't even got to yet because I'm gonna burn a hole in them. But I'd rather it be later. Like, give me a month. Give me a month. Like, you know, who just said
Hey,
something?
do you like the pettiness of Drake on "Don't Worry"? Like you said, I hope that boy don't make it on the phone bill or light bill. I hope that boy begging on the pavement. The pettiness.
Wait, let me go check this out. Who's
Yeah,
he
"Don't
dissing?
Worry." That's why I can. That boy Drake was petty. Love it. I love that hate shirt.
Yeah, and I'm with you,
He
Ak. I
just
love that
violated
hate.
with that Joe
That's why
Budden
I've
diss
been
track.
listening to Iceman. I've been listening to that. I've been talking shit on Twitter, talking shit to everybody that's been hating. So I've been on my Iceman shit, but there's a few ones that's creeping out, especially when you go outside.
No, that's great, and that's why having this album just kind of attacking everybody's social media and just the airwaves all like from all different levels because if you
Mm-hmm.
go on Instagram, you're gonna have a few women who they're gonna post like these really sensual, like really dope or ass shaking tracks, and then you go to the wannabe thugs like they're over here acting like they're about to go step on something like they're a mob boss, you know. So again, I think it's good. I think it's good. I personally believe, and this is just coming from me talking to him. I'm not saying I wouldn't say he's surprised, but I think he's pleased. I wouldn't say he's surprised, but I think he's pleased with, you know, how people are receiving it. And I think he probably knows that the rollout and a lot of things went into it, not just the music. Because niggas are haters. And I think he's defeated some of that.
Yo, Ak, I got a
Definitely.
question for you, Ak.
Who's next?
We got
Real
Miss
quick.
Oh, say Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Hey, Kyrie.
What's good, y'all? Happy birthday, Ak,
Kyrie,
man.
what up,
You got the
brother?
best. You got the best birthday present you could ever get, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you, nigga. That was a W.
Man, I was having a time, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I was having a, yo.
Well deserved, nigga. But yo, I ain't gonna lie. I got one statement. One, I predicted the 3 album shit. I do have proof.
Did you?
But also, I think this nigga should do a 3 album drop from now on. And I think he should do the video format with the hour video of like the greatest hits from all 3 albums and just go keep dropping 3 album projects from now on. Fuck all the single album shit. Just keep, if you're gonna do it like this, just keep doing it because you one of the only niggas that can.
Yeah.
That's gonna burn niggas out though, Kyrie. I ain't gonna hold you because I ain't
I
gonna lie. I'm
don't
still
think
bumping Iceman.
the reason I don't think it will burn niggas out is because of the execution and the variety where it's like it gets to a point where like when a nigga offer up quality, because this is the best visuals we ever got from Drake, in my opinion. This is the best, like, most intentional rollout.
By the way, we got to
And it's
shout out
the
to Dream Crew. Dream Crew, Matt Babel. I think I'm saying his last name right. They did an amazing job. I could tell that, you know, Drake is a creative at heart, but, you know, to have people in place to start visualizing that, I think his current team, no disrespect to anyone who was his team before, I think they were super visionaries and they did a fucking bang out job of making sure all this shit came to light.
yeah, I think he just could continue this. I don't think you could burn out with quality music. And I'm not saying he need to drop every year like this, but like I think to maintain a certain level of respect where it's like, only Drake could do this, and if he keep doing this, it's like really nothing nobody can say. You know what I'm saying?
I think he was
I put
sitting
it in the
back.
Chris Brown perspective too, though, gang. Because it's like when he dropped all them songs on that one album, ain't nobody really run through all them
That's the
shits
key
like that.
difference, though, Moderate, because it's not one album. I was talking about this yesterday. I feel like if he dropped all the music in one packaging of an album with the 1 through 10, 1 through 10, 1 through 10 type shit, it wouldn't hit the same.
I agree.
So, from a psychology point of view. You know what I'm saying? But
I
again,
agree.
I think if he could do this again and again, which I think he can, I think honestly it will be no more conversation about anything. We just have to accept that this, you know what I'm saying? It's the way you present being the best. Like, we know you're the best, but it's when you present it with this level of care, it's like niggas have to respect.
Kyrie, to respond to you, I'd say this, right? Here is, and I agree with you, but then this is the retort, and also, you know, kind of giving a little bit of background. I particularly think that he was sitting back to say, I need to do something that's never been done. Also, I got to be aware of what's going on with my legal, contractual situation with the label. And I need to present this in a way where the world is not going to look at me and say, oh shit, this guy just lost his marbles. He's just spamming. I remember like, I think it was before Scorpion, or it might have been after Scorpion. Yeah, I think it was after Scorpion going to CLB, and I said to him, you know, obviously a little bit unsolicited advice, but you know, he's chopping it up with me really about music. And I say to him, I say, yo, Drake, the only thing you haven't done yet, and you have to do this because, you know, that was even the time I'm even trying to tell him, roll out, and he didn't seem to give a fuck, right? But I said, you have to do what T.I. has done, you have to do what Eminem has done, and you have to do what 50 has done in some of their biggest rollouts. You're already a natural born actor. You should drop a movie, and you should drop so picture the movie like either a movie soundtrack with the music. That's the game. That's the only way to level up beyond what you've done already. And you know, I felt like his direct thing was like, but that's been done. And I was just like, well, I know it's been done, but that's the way to get bigger, right? Pause. Like, that's the way to increase what you're already doing. And for him to sit back and say, okay, forget the movie. I'm going to do basically a visual album. I'm going to do episodes, and then I'm going to do 3 albums. Yeah, this guy, he fucking hit a grand slam with this one. I can't lie. At least in my book.
For real.
Do you think there's any other artists you can name that you think could do 3 albums?
Oh, I mean, I'm not going to say it's exclusive to Drake. I think absolutely Kanye West. When you mention what an artist could do, I'm always going to say Kanye. Right? Like, I mean, theoretically, even though he was just a producer, when we go back to all those good music projects, which were all seven song mini albums or EPs, I mean, Kanye was kind of doing that, except he was doing it on a producer level just with the artists. You know, so it'd be like, here's Tiana Taylor's, here is Pusha T's, here is this other person. And all of those, it was just multi-album drops, except he was the producer, not the lead artist. But in terms of that, it's a limited crowd. But also, here's the thing. As we talk about Chris Brown, you know, with all due respect to Chris Brown, Chris Brown is an amazing artist. Don't want to take anything away from him. And obviously, if I'm giving him this much credit, you know, I'm probably going to have a slightly scathing like critique. Do we think that Chris Brown has the range of being that different or could separate his art to 3 albums? I think the reason why Chris Brown gives us 40 songs, I think he's playing lottery a little bit. No disrespect to him. What Drake did, even though he gave us 40 songs as well, he gave us 3 distinct genres, and in each of the genres, he gave us what you could actually consider an album. I don't know if Chris Brown could do that and separate his art to 3 different projects that make you feel it's 3 different things. And maybe I'm just like wishful thinking, because maybe he does one that is all club music and it's like, you know, dance backflip music, and then some of the other ones are sex music and it's let me take you down. So maybe I'm a little bit, you know, naive on that when it comes to Chris Brown, but I do think Drake's in a unique position because he has distinct styles that, you know, you see the girls come on here, they're like, oh, we like the R&B stuff. You know, they're probably a little bit playing that a little bit more than I'm bumping Make Him Pay like it's going out of style right now. Like, yo, I love it.
Oh, God, that nigga's a monster.
On God.
One last thing to say. I think if artists were to emulate this format, I think the format lends itself to albums being more part of the forefront in the sense of just because not just genres. I can see a world where artists take this format and just do different concepts that are very concise and direct, and I can see it working and opening up the field to more creative output of projects and rollouts, where it gives artists more freedom to, tell a story. Because I feel like one album is very hard of a system it doesn't really nurture or promote creativity for real when everybody's trying to, scratch off, I need a single here, I need this song, I need that song. But I think this format, again, it's hard
I have a
for
follow-up
people
question,
to see from this angle, because we're talking about Drake being the first to do it, but I do see this format being emulated and opening up creativity in the future.
So let me ask you this question. My question to that point would be, do you think, so I am predicting, and I think it's, obviously we haven't even passed the week yet, so we want to temper our expectations, but I think that this album is going to captivate and is going to keep people's interest for months to come. I'm assuming you would agree if you're saying other artists should copy it or at least be imitated, or I'm inspired by it. Here's the question. The question is are we going to be entertained by this album because it's Drake? Or no, are we going to be captivated by all three albums because it's Drake, or because of the music? Because here's the thing. I don't think if some of these other guys drop 40 tracks, I'm probably sending it all to spam. I'm not sure if you got to have the patience for the artist.
So I understand.
You got to have that patience for the artist, bro.
Okay, so I feel what you're saying 100%. I do think, though, you said months, which I think is very important to note. One thing I don't know about anything on all these albums, I do think all of them are good, right? Very good, great albums. But I don't know if there's a 2-year smash. And I think that's my new gauge for if something's really like a hit that's going to transcend months. And I don't know if that's a byproduct of the music or just the time that we're in, how fast songs get played out. But I remember a time, I think the last time I could call back to an artist that had a 2-year smash would be Roddy Ricch, where the song I felt like I couldn't escape for at least 2 years.
Yes.
Multiple songs. And that could be a product of the system, you know what I'm saying, the labels and shit, because, niggas start spending money. So
at that point,
how long was Hotline Bling? Was Hotline Bling a long run?
Yeah, Hotline Bling was one of those. It's very rare when a song gets to be 2 years in rotation. It's beyond a pop song. So what happens? It burns out on urban, whether it's radio or mediums in general. So we stop listening to it. You stop hearing it played every time at the club, but then it's still playing because now, like the white kids that have no culture, or just like white people that listen to mainly like Taylor Swift, now they're cannibalizing it. That takes a while. Then you have the older people who be like, oh yeah, that one Drake song or that one whatever. So it kind of like for a song to last that long, it has to be super pop that every demographic gets to eat it up for a bit, pause, and then it moves on to another demographic. But 2 years is a long time, bro.
No, yeah, but the only reason I point that out is because Drake is known to do that multiple times over.
I think that's what makes him such a artist that can make various types of tracks. Like you were saying earlier when he was like, yo, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know if other artists can do that. I think part of his genius is that he attacks the global market more than our national market, right? So it's like when the shit stops resonating in America, it's popping off in Africa with the African sounds. It's popping off in Latin America with the Latin sounds. Like he's very in tune with what are natural sounds in the other countries, right? So it starts to resonate throughout the months after the release, where people are just starting to catch on the other side of the world. And it's like, yo, it never stops, bro. Like, this nigga is a fucking genius. He's a titan, gang.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And I believe this is where we're going to... So, there was a lot of people who were thinking going into this record, hey, Drake shouldn't drop until he gets one of those. What is one of those? A one dance, God's Plan. And it's interesting because I think we're all kind of collectively saying like this release is actually going good for him. It looks good. But does one of these songs have to emerge as one of those? Or could all of these songs just kind of have like, okay, this one was going for like 2-3 months and then it gets replaced by another one? Do we need to have the mega smash? And remember, Drake has a couple of these, right? So One Dance is a mega smash. Hotline Bling is a mega smash. God's Plan, mega smash. Does one of these tracks, in you guys' opinion, and the reason why I'm leading with asking the question, because I don't really have a hard opinion on this, because I think we're in uncharted territory. Before, it used to say you're a big artist, we need the number one song before you put the album out. He's put the album out, and songs are gonna go to number one, maybe stay for a while, but is it gonna be a mega smash? Do you guys think he needs one?
Say that since the beef, I never thought one song would be big enough for the moment. So I never was expecting one song to do it. And similar to you, I'm kind of like, I'm just curious because it is uncharted territory. How much does that matter after this album's done? And I feel like it only will matter if somebody else comes up with another hit in the next 6 months.
I don't think it personally matter. Yeah, my personal opinion. Yeah, my personal opinion. I don't believe he needs like a hit single or a hit smash, but I just believe like the amount of music that he puts out, they're all gonna do their own numbers individually and make their own amounts of mass amount of viewings. So he got multiple like songs that are actually gonna do high numbers, but he doesn't need a hit single per se. My take.
Okay, so you don't think he necessarily needs that one song that is on the charts from now to I don't know, till November?
Yeah, I mean, he got songs on there that'll probably last like longer, maybe.
Yeah, I
But
think naturally, at least like 3 of those songs are gonna do that regardless, bro. Like I assume that, you know what I mean? I could be wrong, that's my opinion, but I do feel like just naturally with the amount of good music he just put out, that's gonna happen regardless.
I think he put out some stuff that like a platform like TikTok gonna decide. Like I think by the summertime there's gonna be some dances or something. Some that's gonna take a single and it's gonna take off, or a couple of them will take off.
Hey, by the way, that's a great that's a great opinion. I actually believe, all right, he's putting so much money into the rollout. I wonder, does he, because you could also all right, he got some hot records, but keep in mind, even going way back to Black Beatles, like that song was hot, but
and then reworked.
Yeah, but once they put the challenge with it, now it's this unmovable number one song. So again, some of these songs could get an uptick or become like this. Even I think it happened a little bit with Nokia. Like Nokia was obviously a hot record, but as soon as TikTok kind of got a hold of it, and it then became like, oh, this is it's an undisputed smash, right? So I'm wondering how that's gonna go, and if he, again, we know Universal's not gonna really be involved that much, right? Or maybe they start actually doing a few things, but I'm wondering if he's gonna be knowledgeable, or his team, to be like, yo, let's fucking press this button on this dance, right? Remember that happened with Tootsie Slide, right foot up, left foot slide, right? If they could match like some super viral TikTok stuff to like one of these songs, I think he gets a song that lasts a long time.
I've been noticing on YouTube a lot of remixes and shit, though. I think niggas is trying to like remix this shit now, which could also be good.
Remixes for what songs have you seen?
I've seen a lot of remixes for that joint where he was going at ASAP.
Oh.
Yo, you know what? It might be that best friends song. Yeah, that song with the best friends and shit. Yo, if all the little TikTok girls start doing dances,
they're gonna do it. Yeah, that bring your bestie out. Bring your bestie shit.
Yes,
Yeah, that song is gonna go regardless.
You see the vision.
Hey y'all, we gotta let everybody else up here too, sweet.
I gotta.
So we can start rotating them. So we can rotate them.
All right, go ahead. Ask my question, TJ. I mean, isn't Iceman a response album to everything that he's felt been going on in the industry? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wouldn't say necessarily a response album. Well, I think it's a timestamp album, and that might, let me try to explain it. I think this is his current feelings after witnessing what happened in the battle and the 2 years that happened. So you might say it's a response, but I don't think the response is like, oh, I'm responding to the battle that possibly that you could respond back to me. This is my perspective on everything that happened. Right? So that's why I'm saying I'm stopping short of calling the response, because when you usually respond to something, you're usually open to someone responding back to you. I don't think this leaves room for like Kendrick to be like, all right, word? All right, let me do Not Like Us Part 2. Like that. This is not that. I think this is
Not
Like Us Part 2 is
right. Like you never know,
not
man.
Kendrick, but definitely Rocky. Rocky got to say something, right?
Right, yeah,
All right, Rocky got to
definitely.
fight back. Rocky got to fight back.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was Rocky, I'd be quiet, man.
KYS ASAP. That's insane. That was insane.
All right.
So, Ak, have you
Is he
seen the
bullying
full
Rocky?
breakdown of the chart?
Do y'all think he's bullying Rocky? And what'd you say?
I said, have you seen the full breakdown of the charts? The funny thing, when you look at the full breakdown of the charts, I don't know if there is some reason for this or if there's some rhyme or reason behind it, but his airplay on all of Drake's singles or whatever is a part of the Iceman album or whatever, it's all 0. The only people who have airplay is Bruno Mars. I think he's at like number 13 or something. And I think Ella Langley at number 9. Yes. Drake has absolutely 0 on everything else.
Yes. So
what is the coincidences of that happening?
Well,
and why?
It's not much of a coincidence. So the way how airplay is the most bullshit thing that they added. It's kind of crazy that, you know, they're not counting YouTube for actual sales, but then they'll count airplay for radio single positioning on Billboard. Exactly. Let me tell you how this works. So basically, they're saying that if your song gets exposed to an audience, right? So if you see airplay 6.3, that means 6.3 million people have been exposed to your song. That means it could be just played on a station that has access to that amount of people. The reason why Drake has 0 is that he doesn't service the records. So to get on those records, this is why you see radio records still matter for number ones. You have to service them. So what's going to happen is that Drake drops his record. The record label didn't service it to radio, right? Drake didn't service it to radio. He probably doesn't even know how. And a couple radio DJs are going to probably be like, yo, I got that new Drake, but it's not in rotation. You're not hearing it every hour on the hour to add up that audience. So what's going to happen is you're going to see all those songs that he's charting with are going to have 0.01, which means probably less than 100,000 or 100,000 exposed listens. And at that point, you know, it goes off strictly streams and sales. And I wouldn't be alarmed just because it's his first week. Let's say week 4. We could see if the label is not touching the record in terms of servicing it. If we don't see around about a average radio, because radio is literally something, it's like a checkbox. They're going to play Drake. You have to service it to them though. And that's a whole like thing that kind of goes into a little bit of payola, but you got to service it to them. So during the 3rd or 4th week, if that's at 0, that means Republic is basically giving up on Drake. And when I mean giving up, obviously not giving up like they want him to leave, but they're like, we're not
no money.
Yeah, we're not touching this with a 10 feet pole. But I suppose by next week, actually, I was told today that they're already servicing the West Coast Sound and Joint for the radio and Janice, and they're starting to service Janice. The service date is today. Why? Because Janice is expected to go number 1. So they're doing service to radio stations today for the Janice record and for the other record. Let me see if I could look at
Can you explain servicing? Because some people, I don't think people understand what that means.
Yes, so you're gonna have your record label kind of furnish multiple copies of that particular record that is being heavily promoted to usually a radio promotion team that is gonna go forward and try to solicit placements of that record on radio stations. Now, a placement is not just a DJ playing it one time. It's usually trying to get that song on a music station within rotation. What is rotation? Rotation is usually kind of seen as a particular song or a particular thing get played every hour on the hour for at least 12 hours a day. So with that happening, based on how they track radio insights and how it affects like music getting played at that frequency affects the audience, they come up with a audience number that they use that number to factor into this calculation, which is a threefold calculation to make the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Keep in mind, it's only for the Billboard Hot 100. The 200 charts, which is called, it's not a Hot 200, it's called the Top 200. It's an album charts. Radio doesn't matter for that. So radio only matters for number ones. So here's the thing. Drake, even though radio, quote unquote, loves Drake because it's Drake, his label doesn't necessarily, like, for example, let's go back to the songs that he dropped previously. Nokia did get service to radio later on, but the majority of songs that he dropped impromptu without the label's knowledge and also with no necessary plan, they're not like, oh, we should probably invest in trying to get this like seated or placed at radio because it's going to be part of this album budget. Drake didn't tell him anything. Drake just released a bunch of random songs and they're like, all right, we'll just watch it work. Obviously, some places are going to adopt it, but the label wasn't doing what they would normally do if there's a plan. This time around, there's an album. They're going to have to work these records. You know what I mean? Or else this is going to be another part of the lawsuit. Hey, with me filing legal action, they stopped working my projects. They stopped doing what they would normally do, which means I should have been out of the deal already. Because once you stop doing your duties as a record label, you can't technically hold someone against their will if they're not breaching contractually, especially if they deliver it. So the radio ratings or the radio seeding or placements are going to help songs stay on the charts, right? Like if you look at Not Like Us first week, I think it probably was either no radio or very low. Subsequent weeks, you probably see it much higher because radio stations start playing it and Interscope serviced the record.
Iceman.
Yo, Ak, what's up? I just had a question. It's kind of it's not irrelevant from what you were just talking about, but basically we just seen obviously the boy dropped 3 albums. In total, he dropped like 8 albums in the past, like 8 projects, I would say, not solo albums, but 8 projects in the past like 5 to 6 years. So my question to you would be, I mean, we just seen him in an ad with Kevin Durant, you know, he still has the acting skills. My question would be like, how much more music do we get from him? If you had to predict, like how many more solo albums? I mean, he does talk about aging and he is 40 years old. So if you had to predict, I mean, what would that number be like for solo albums?
Here's the thing. And I've always thought that we get the best Drake after he's been in turmoil or when his back is against the wall. And I think one of the reasons we got this, you know, phenomenal album is because, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, it's finally over, right? And he had to literally dig a little bit deeper than normal, pause, and prove them wrong. But in terms of like how many albums he's going to drop remaining, I don't think you have the time and the luxury to chill when you're now fighting the machine. Because here's the thing, the only leverage you have is that you're a viable artist that could command a crowd, that you could command that if you drop an album, you could get 500,000 people going towards, you know, doing whatever to buy your record. And keeping that leverage is continuing to drop, right? Not necessarily retiring and they're like, oh, okay, he's just a legacy act at this point, or he's just a album artist, you know, or catalog artist at this point. So I do think that he has to continue to be active a bit. And if you're worried about age or attrition, shit, you know, not to do the LeBron thing to him, I still think he got a lot more gas in the tank. Pause.
In my verse, you can speak with Ak.
Yo, what's up, Big Ak? I just wanted to know, this album, it seems like Drake is still sending a lot of subtle threats. Are we getting around to, or is he just talking? Because like, I'll make them remember, I think he talks about like knowing dates, names, and faces and all that. Like, are people gonna respond? Are we getting another battle?
Repeat the last part. You said on what?
Are we getting another battle? Because he's still he's sending threats like he's got the red button still to me.
Wait. On what you said he was talking about names and what?
He said he has like a list of names and faces, and I think it was on make him remember. And also he talks about how he still has secrets. Is he gonna take them to his grave? He hasn't decided yet. Like, he definitely still talking like he got something up the sleeve in case people want to spin back.
I mean, he definitely got some stuff. from what I've heard. Not from him, but I've heard there is. But I'm pretty sure both sides kind of have maybe some things that they haven't revealed. I don't think we know the full story yet. I'm still getting clued in with little pieces of that battle and how things that was perceived this way publicly, this was going on really behind the scenes, and the intricacies and the depth. Like, these guys really went far. So I'm pretty sure some of that stuff is on the table. But in terms of round two, in my personal opinion, I don't think Drake is ducking nothing. Okay? He's not, this ain't the limbo. He ain't ducking nothing. However, I think he has learned that you can't toss your op and alley-oop of relevancy, right? And I think, not necessarily that he's taken from Jay-Z, but I think the Jay-Z approach of, oh yeah, we could still be going at it, but I'm not going to serve your moment up on a platter that you could fucking try to get a slam dunk and then go perform my diss song for the next 2 years again. It's not happening. But am I going to act like you don't exist or not still send a couple Scud missiles at your cranium? Of course I'm going to do that. And yeah, I don't think round two is y'all remember my tweets yo, it's been 16 days since, that's over. He's not, I think he's much more aware to not platform his ops, because platforming them in a way that all his haters could form like Voltron isn't good, right? Think about it. Kendrick's numbers, whether you guys want to admit it or not, is just not the same in the battle as opposed to the battle. Why is it not the same? Because there was a lot of people that just hated Drake. He got, not only his followers and fans supported him, everybody that hated Drake supported him. It's one of those. You ever see when Mano's beefing with me? Mano's beefing with me.
Yeah.
He says something bad about me, 3,000 comments. He has 40,000 likes. He posts something positive about himself, or yo, I got this new podcast. Literally 400 likes. You know why? Because the people that don't like me jump on with you, and it kind of creates a platform for just hate for me more than a support for you. So I think Drake at this point is I'm not gonna put this guy back in a position where he gets to galvanize all the people who are detractors, niggas who I beat before in the past, niggas who I clowned. No. I'm still gonna pop my shit, but this very formal my turn, your turn, that's over.
Should we believe I seen Flacco post that Kendrick is destroying equipment when he saw that Future was on the album? Should we pay attention to any of these people hit a J3 tweeting and stuff, or is it all gonna basically be bullshit for the next few weeks?
I wouldn't put too much stock in it. What I would put stock into is that, let me just say this. I think Kendrick is a very cerebral and smart guy, and you'd be an idiot to come out of that entire battle and not, even whether you like him or not, have that opinion. So to think that he's, just fucking losing it like that, no, we make jokes, but no. If anything, I think he's plotting his next move, and I think he's trying to counterpunch Drake, and I think Drake as well has to be plotting okay, what if this fuck nigga tries to jump out on my release? What will we do? So they're still playing chess. They're just not playing it in the park, the local park where everybody's watching. But trust and believe, I definitely believe that whatever Kendrick is doing next is going to be influenced, maybe not by everything by Drake, but the timing, subject matter, how he kind of positions it. And, I think he's also going to think, all right, I'm going to feel some of the stuff that Drake has put forward. Yo, all right, cool. I'm going to do it in my own way, but I'm going to do it and make you look ridiculous again. And, it's going to be, it's like a Cold War at this point, right?
But for me, it's all right, Kendrick, you talk all this, black this, and we be against the system. Why don't you see what he's doing and understand, this is bigger than both of y'all?
It's hate.
I don't get that part.
Well, at this point, when you hate somebody, you hate somebody. And I do think that at first he hated what he probably thought Drake represented. One of those little woke ass statements. Oh, I just hate what you represent. You're not good for the culture. I think he was kind of on that type of wave. I think he hates Drake personally now, and I think Drake hates him personally. So right now it is personal, and
for sure.
So once it's gotten to it being personal, fuck what you're doing, right? At this point, if they could eliminate each other, obviously not with violence, but if they could eliminate each other from doing music and be like, all right, I just ended your career. You can't ever rap again. They wouldn't think about it like, oh, nah, the game needs a Drake. I don't believe that for one bit for Kendrick. I think Kendrick would love for Drake to be out of here, actually. And I think that Drake would be like, yo, get this fucking leprechaun out of here, too. So it's personal. I don't think it's going to get better.
Hey, one thing you notice, I was watching Joe Budden, and I been seeing a few people, right? You notice everybody that was talking about the lawsuit, now they like, hey, Drake got that lawsuit, so now he can make power plays. So now they ain't against the lawsuit anymore. They're doing the lawsuit. So
Yeah,
they like the lawsuit and allowing him to do power plays.
Yeah, I've watched some of these talking points. They've kind of floundered since the album dropped, right? So, you know, one of the main talking points was, yo, don't tell me he's dissing again and he filed a lawsuit. Bro, we know what happens when people diss you. You file a lawsuit. They were trying to drum that up. That didn't work. Now they're trying to jump ahead of what seemingly, you know, might be happening. And by saying, oh, shit, damn. Oh, he got the lawsuit as leverage. Like, they're almost kind of playing into this idea that there's bees on the table and actually, you know, in a backhanded way, trying to give him credit, but still saying, all right, but like, yeah, I'll give him some credit if he gets it all, if he gets a B, but, you know, he's still like a snitch, right? They don't want to
a snitch, but I gotta give credit, man. That Little Birdie song fire, man.
The whole album's fire. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you see, y'all Meek fans got to inspire Meek to make music like that again. We inspired Drake to make that shit. OVO fans went so crazy that Drake had to turn up. Like, he had to show up for his audience. And he did. I will say, that one line, it's like a frightening line. He says, yo, I looked in the mirror, and for a second, I see Meek Mill. Like, I was like, I couldn't tell if it was a diss or not.
Hey, he should have had Meek on that song.
No, it wasn't a diss.
Right there.
He's showing respect to the GOAT, nigga.
Yeah, he should have put Meek on that song. He should have put
Yo, what song was that? He said he says I looked in the mirror. He said,
saw Meek's face in a reflection. It flashed in the mirror for a quick second.
He says, saw Meek face in the saw.
I wonder how Meek feels about him saying that.
I know. I do wonder. You know why? Because it's like, well, this is how I took that line, right? Let me see if I think he took that line like, is Drake kind of saying that, oh, he's further like trying to stamp this idea of, oh, he beat me, and oh, I looked in the mirror and I saw a loser, because that's a little disrespectful, or he's like, oh, I see how Meek might have felt when the whole world is kicking his back in, right? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I took it as disrespectful at first, and I realized maybe he's just you know, saying like, damn, I get how Meek felt now, and you know that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit felt like self-reflection more than anything.
Chat, what's the name of the song? Oh, they said that's a leak. Oh, that was a leak.
Yeah, I think that was after the leak.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, that was fake.
Well, I mean, people think they're real songs, but like it didn't make the cut. It didn't make the cut. I mean, listen, could we be honest? This is the second time, right? This is the second time that Drake has supposedly, in the eyes of many, you know, came out on the other side of a battle, and people are like, oh man, this kind of messed up. Like, it messed up your face card, it messed up your reputation. And successfully, 2 out of 2, he came back. Right? It's not like, you all know that collectively, us as like Drake fans, we're kind of like, yo, I hope he does it. Because if he had came out with the most washed shit, we're like, yo, all right, we could kind of, like, he's been so great. We could bullshit it that he gets another chance to like redo. If you get one more album, all right, just drop before the end of the year, right? Like, we're good. Like, all right, take these 3, throw them there, and drop a proper one before the end of the year, and we could be like, woo. But 2 of 2, Scorpion right after that junk. And right after this, we get Iceman, Habiti, and also we get maid of honor. Thank God I support the GOAT.
Hey, Ali, you want to speak? Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, speaking on the Kendrick beef, I wanted to ask, do you think that they will ever be cool? And also, why do you think he forgave Future over anyone else?
That's such a puzzling question. The second one, I'll answer it first. I don't know why he forgave Future. I would, if I had to guess, I would have to say Drake kind of always positioned his issue with Future as something that he took blame for. I hate to compare it to this, but like it's like, shit, I've been in a relationship where, so I fucking cheated, so she broke something in the crib, and like obviously you shouldn't trust no one who does some shit like that, but then you think about what you did. I feel like whatever their thing is, Drake sees some fault in him. He sees like, you know what, I fucked up too, so that's why you forgive. So he's like, you know what, yeah, homie did do that, but like honestly, like I did fuck up too, and you know maybe if I didn't do that, he wouldn't have done that, right? And he was even expressing trouble navigating through that, like, man, like this should make me sick to my stomach. And none of it was like, yo, bro, I've done so much for you. Even though he did kind of allude to that one of the songs, like, you know, I put your first number one in your hand. But it was never like, oh, bro, how come you're doing this to me and I never did nothing to you? He felt like he was taking blame a little bit. Okay, so that's the second question I'm answering. The first question that you did ask, which was about the Kendrick thing, would they ever be cool? I would never say never when it comes to anyone else. I would never be cool with Kendrick if I was Drake. Obviously, I'm not Drake, and Kendrick didn't say those things about me. You know, me saying that is not acknowledging how long life is, and that I don't see in the immediate future it ever being cool. Do I think if these guys are both 55 years old, they're going to still have that hatred for each other? I don't think so. I think when this is a very distant memory, this is 10, 15 years behind us, and if they're still both relevant and they're still both getting accolades in this culture, they're going to realize that they shared a time and space in the same vicinity, and whether it was war at times or whatever, it is going to mean something when they're both 60. And I don't think they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to hit you with my cane. I think it's just going to be, yo, listen, man, hey, fuck it. So if you ask me, it wouldn't be for like 10 to 15 years. If it was anytime sooner, I'd be motherfucking shocked. But
do I 50 day when Irv died?
Yeah, what about with Pusha? I know that's an older one, but
this is gonna sound crazier. I think he hates Pusha more than he hates Kendrick.
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, that nigga exposed his son. That nigga said Adonis is your son. That nigga exposed it before his verdict.
I feel like I would have.
Kendrick seemed like more of a
them.
puppet. Kendrick was a puppet while, you know, Pusha really did some snaky stuff to get some information about his kid, bro. Like, come on.
The thing that makes Drake upset currently with Kendrick is that it's not even a ballad, bro. It's just like, yo, bro, you fucking lied and said I was a pedophile. And that type of stuff, you don't even put those allegations on people you don't like. So you saying that, like, that has me outraged and shit. However that would go that would go. But it's not like, bro, he didn't hate the guy like right before. He was competitive with the guy. Pusha, I think he hates that nigga guts.
Nah, for real.
Bruh, but if you call somebody a pedophile, that's definitely on the same level.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
I agree.
Like I'm not forgiving either of them niggas, especially the pedo nigga, the PDF nigga. I'm definitely not forgiving him because Pusha didn't expose my kid on the Super Bowl stage.
But he kind of exposed his real life family though.
I agree. And
hold
on.
Right, to an extent, because we already knew that he was going through paternity tests about the situation. So when I compare the two, I would listen. If you told the word about my kid, as long as you ain't say nothing disrespectful about my kid, I'm cool with it. Me being a parent, but you call me a pedophile, a snitch, or anything like that shit is weird. Like as men,
Let me also try to explain it. So he didn't really have that relationship with Pusha T, but Pusha T was like, you see, Kendrick is just like literally a stranger. Like Kendrick is like, he's not like tied in. Like there's real no like, oh, like, cause that Big 3 shit was always fake. Like Kendrick is just like a random. You get what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is that you'll get less mad at the random than you would get at, yo, I feel like I've helped good music. I'm working with Ye, which is inadvertently helping even you, even though I don't fuck with you. And bro, based on all those type of connects, that's why you lashed out so crazy at Ye. It was like, yo, it's not like y'all just some random dudes that I was getting into it with. I was actually rocking with this good music shit with y'all, helping out. Like, yo, I just came from over by y'all putting pen to the page. That's gonna hurt, or not hurt, but you're gonna care a little bit more. Like, of course you don't rock with Kendrick, but it's like, yo, Kendrick's some random, like, in his mind. Like, it's not like him and, like, yeah, he brought him on tour, but I can't point to a time that they were ever locked in or even had a mutual that they were really locked in with. And don't say J. Cole, because that wasn't it. So I can't see him having that expectation of Kendrick. Like, both of them crossed the line, but I think it's the equivalent to some random bum, like, calling you a PDF. And yes, you still don't fuck with that guy. You're like, nigga, fuck you. But you're not going to be like, yo, I'm going to hold this hatred for life, as opposed to Pusha T. I feel like there's a lot more things there that, you know, even to the fact that he said, yo, I stopped from putting out my second diss track because I felt I was going too far. You know?
Yo, Ak, let me ask you this. So when it comes to Pusha, though, because he's under Rock Nation now, and the lines have kind of been drawn, and you heard that on the album, like the lines are drawn. So Kendrick's with that Rock Nation, who's under Pusha, TDE, all that type of shit, who he's dissing. So it's kind of like you get that same kind of smoke if you're Kendrick on top of the PDF shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on top of, like, it's like you keep adding on, because we know the Pusha shit really stemmed from Baby and Wayne back in the day. So it's like accumulating beef. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and I don't want to see, like, I completely get what you guys are saying. I also don't think there's a reason. I don't think he sees any benefit, or will there be any benefit for him to ever squash it with Pusha. I think because of the position that him and Drake and Kendrick hold in this culture, it's going to be impossible for them to live an entire lifetime without still, even at 55, hey, you're both getting celebrated here, or this, that, and third, and them somewhere being around each other, or, you know, still having to keep up that battle or that beef mentality. And, you know, if we've departed from this for many years or maybe a decade, and Drake's career has pretty much been on change and he gets his B, he'll probably never fuck with the dude as much, but, like, I could see him getting past it, even on some shit like, all right, you know what, I did say you were beating the shit out of your wife. You said some shit, like, clearly, like, both of those things were, I could see it. I could see it. Like, I'm talking about, like, before these guys die. So don't make it seem like I think they could be piecing up tomorrow. I'm seeing, like, yo, they're both old, they're out the game, you know, like 60s, 70s, right? I don't know if people thought about that with Nas and Jay at some point. Nas and Jay pieced it up like late 40s, right? Late 40s, right. They pieced it up.
Right.
I'm just saying,
Hey,
give it 25 years.
Wait. Before y'all keep going, let Act finish. And I want to say, can y'all make sure that the people are done with asking Act questions before y'all send them down also?
Yeah, because I got to go out with this stuff now.
Yeah, all I'm saying is,
let me say something for that too. It's only supposed to be 3 people up time. So if you got powers, let people up. Don't let a lot of people up when there's more than 3 people up.
Yeah, we pretty much watching who come up. So,
you can hear me, TJ?
I bet.
Yeah. All right,
what's up, y'all?
Hang on, let Act finish.
All right, huh?
Oh no, I pretty much finished. I was just saying that I actually forgot. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question for you, Ed. It's Primo.
By the way, no, I was saying in 20 years, if I had to make a bet right now, and I am a betting man, in 20 years, do I think they're going to be cool? I wouldn't say, oh, hell nah. I think now, in the immediate, I think if they see each other, it's going to be violence. Right now. Violence. But in 20 years, when they're going to be the most successful guys in hip-hop, bar none. This era is going to be defined by Drake, and like Drake is like LeBron, and like Kendrick is like Carmelo Anthony. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Stop it, Ag.
Nah, for real. All right. Not Carmelo. Let me see. He's like James Harden. Yeah, James Harden. No, he's James Harden. It's
Nah,
like,
No, he's
Steph.
Kawhi
He's
Leonard.
Steph
He's
Curry, bro.
Kawhi
He
Leonard,
fucked Drake
bro.
up.
hell not. Yo, you're trying to call, yo, Kendrick is Steph Curry. Steph
Bro,
Curry got
gave
this.
Drake the beats, my nigga. He gotta be Steph Curry.
Bro, Steph
Nah.
Curry got the same amount of rings as LeBron. No.
Yeah.
Kendrick, if you want to say, okay, Kendrick had one great moment, that's it, buddy. So whatever that guy is, maybe he's Kawhi.
James Harden is a choke artist. Got no ring. You gotta give him at least a nigga that
Kawhi
won.
Leonard. They're both from LA. They both got
What
the
about Kawhi?
initials
You give him
KL.
Kawhi. Kawhi.
Yeah,
Nah,
he's Kawhi. He's literally Kawhi.
No, he more so KD. He had to team up to get a ring, and then he got one ring with
Nah,
Dale.
nah, he got his one little
KD
thing.
got
He's
more
from
than one
LA.
ring.
He's quiet. Kawhi is quiet. It's perfect.
Nah, he is Kawhi. He's Kawhi.
It's perfect. They got the same initials. Kendrick Lamar, Kawhi Leonard. He's Kawhi.
Nah, he might
Quiet
be
ass.
Not giving him too much credit. He's Muggsy Bogues. Let's be honest. He dunked one time. That's it. He's Muggsy. He dunked one time.
Yo, Ak, I got a question for you, bro.
What up?
It's like a question how you feel about, Drake music. Basically, like, do you feel like Drake's biggest curse was that he made too relatable music for so long that now it makes people project their feelings onto him? And I got one more question, but I want to know how you feel about that.
That's true. I mean, I felt I knew his music and what I could expect from him and how he was supposed to, approach certain records. That when he dropped For All the Dogs and he was like crying over motherfucking like, what's her name again? Baby M, like breaking his heart. I'm like, nah, that's not For All the Dogs. For All the Dog is like some fuck these bitches type of shit, not on some, yo, it's my fault. Like, I'm like, yo, what do you mean it's your fault, Drake? Like, you're the guy. But yeah, so of course his relatability in music has made fans feel entitled. Fans feel like we know exactly how he should be position himself on every record, and it's gonna come with disappointments too, because you sometimes feel like Drake more than Drake, right? And that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to be like kind of like knowing too much, because at the end of the day, and I remember I even had a conversation with him. This is right after the Ben thing. And he was trying to just say, Ak, I know you don't want to know what's on the album, but what Ben said, it was a bunch of bars, this and third. Now, that's not necessarily the case. There is a lot. He's trying to tell me like it's multifaceted. It's a Drake album. And, what I said to him, I said, all right, that's good. And he said, yo, bro, also, I'm not testing out records. So there's these people who constantly think he's leaking stuff to test. He's like, no, bro, I'm not trying to A&R with the public. And I said to him, I said, that's good. But the most important thing is for you to know that no matter, even if, which I am the biggest Drake fan, I said, you're the artist, right? And no one is going to know what the people like, even the people themselves, more than the artist, because you're the person who got the people as your fans. Like, you made whatever music you made, then we became fans. We didn't pick you as the artist we're going to like and force you to make the songs we wanted. It was the other way around. So you always got to trust the artist. And I kind of lean back to that when it comes to like how relatable his album is. So, we got to just trust. You got to trust the artist.
The second thing I wanted to ask you is, now I hear people say like Drake has lost introspectiveness. He's not introspective, and then they give it to Kendrick or just other artists, right? And my whole thing is like, I know about Courtney from Hooters on Peachtree and what they text about after they left the restaurant. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like there's nobody as introspective, and I feel like people they like get at Drake for being like open like that, but then they reward other artists and then they say he's not introspective. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah.
It just don't make sense to me.
Okay, no, I'm glad you said that. So this is one of the most interesting things about introspection, right? How do we accuse the guy who's the most open, the most vulnerable in his music of lacking introspection? And then you get to realize it's the same issue that we just talked about before. What people want from Drake in terms of introspection is, because they've bought into his music so much, how they would react to this battle, they want Drake to react to, right? So Drake is telling you exactly how he feels. He feels betrayed. He feels this. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear Drake saying, yeah, I'm at my lowest point. That's what they want to hear. That's the level of introspection they want. They want Drake to basically fold and basically say, hey, I lost everything. I am nothing. I lost the battle. I've lost my way. I am not me anymore. Because that's what they think of Drake. You know why? Because they see him talking about this lifestyle that they can't really relate to no more. They see Drake, he's still making music for the women. They see Drake collabing with Yeet, and they're losing track of, identifying with every moment of Drake. So they want Drake to basically come to their level of, hey, you're right. I've lost my way. Like, you're right. This money's getting to my head. Yo, you're right. I should settle down. Not because he's not saying what you want him to say means he's not being introspective. The guy he's laying the shit down bare bones on this album, talking about how surprised, how shocked, how his mindset exactly is. He's very honest with it. It's just that people want to hear what they want him to be honest and say or sound like. Oh, no, I want you to finally admit, like when Joe says, oh, you need to grow up. He wants a Drake that says, you know what? I'm realizing I'm just turning 40 and I need to have a family. That's not Drake's mind. Like, being introspective is not saying what you want him to say. Nigga, you gonna say it. It's being honest to yourself. You get what I'm saying?
I hate how we pick and choose. We pick and choose because
Grab
it's
some
like
water.
we let Michael Jackson wear sequins forever. Like, we didn't have a problem with that. We didn't tell him to grow up. Like, that's just where it throws me off. Like, I don't know.
Hey, 25, your turn, man.
It's absolutely a fact.
Yo, what's good? Big Ack, man? Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
So I have a comment and a question. So the comment is, I love these Q&As, and whenever you're doing these like 30-day challenges and you're running out of topics, you could just do chat Q&A, and that'll still count towards, your 30-day counter.
Yeah, we definitely got to subsidize it a little bit once we get on the road for that.
But here's my question for you. And I'm saying this because, just letting everyone know, I am equally both a big fan of Kendrick and Drake.
So you're a K-Bot.
I want to ask the question that nobody seems to know in the industry, and I want to know if you know this.
Okay.
Like, what is the true reason of the whole 20 versus, Drake thing? Like, did you ever find out the actual truth? Because nobody, including Kendrick, is saying anything about it.
So, I feel like we talked about these things before. They've just kind of subsided. A lot of people had pent-up animosity for Drake for whatever reason. He didn't give me a song. He didn't whatever. Like, let me ask you a question. Not to even pick on 1900 Rugrat, but apparently you hear him in his own words say he was, he was waiting on Drake to give him a verse. Drake didn't give him a verse. Now he's saying Drake stole the song, right? Do you think if Drake gave him a verse, he would be online saying Drake stole the song or not? What do you think?
Nope.
Exactly, right? So if we look at all these other situations, let's go to Rick Ross. How many times has Rick Ross asked for a verse or yo, when we gonna get another one in? Or yo, listen, my album coming up. I need that. Keep in mind, we're in the business. These guys, well, not even these guys, every artist, you got to get an advance for your album. You need to make people feel excited to spend money that you don't flop. They open up budgets when they know you have a significant feature. Like, without giving out, like, this is before Yachty and Drake became friends that much. And he knows, I'm not lying about this. I remember seeing Yachty at Complex Con. Yachty pulls me to the side. He says, yo, Ack, I got a Drake feature. And he's like, no, he didn't have the Drake feature. He said Drake promised him he was going to do a song for him. And he said, yo, yeah, he didn't do it yet. And I said, yo, bro, hit him back. And he was just like, bro, I don't want to be too pushy. It was like, yo, bro, hit him back. He's like, yo, I was supposed to drop my album already. I don't know if it was supposed to, but he basically said he pushed his album back. But he's not trying to rush Drake on a feature, but he clearly wants the feature. Obviously, Drake ends up doing it. It becomes Oprah's bank account, right? But
yeah,
do you understand how an artist at that point, he's pushed his whole album back, which means partially his album is hinged on what Drake is going to do for him, right? With all due respect, by the way, they got a great friendship now. But I'm trying to tell you how maybe some of these, like, I've heard some of these stories, and it's really little things. I heard the Roddy Ricch thing is that Roddy Ricch wanted to put out a song. I could play the song now. It got leaked. Drake says, I don't like putting out a song that's leaked. Let's get a new one in. Roddy's like, yo, bro, I'm coming off the box. This is my next album. I need something. We need to get one in now. It's not on Drake's time. And I'm not defending Drake here because maybe Drake is like, kind of also dragging his feet. Maybe he is a fuck nigga in terms of like promising something and not doing it, right? Maybe he says, oh, we're definitely going to do it. And, You get people waiting around. So people kind of develop kind of like, like, fuck this guy. Like, damn, this guy, he's at the top of the game. You know, we're kind of like waiting hand and feet on this guy. And he's kind of like brushing us off whenever he wants to. Now, is he allowed to do that? It depends on how you feel. How should he do that? It depends on how you look at all these situations. Then we get to another situation. Okay, all right, cool. Well, you know, Drake plays a dirty game. He's like a sniper, you know, 10 snipe commandments, all that type of stuff. He's trying to smash dudes' girls out here, or he has smashed dudes' girls. You know what I mean? He'll see like, you know, X, Y, and Z girl. She's whatever. He'll fucking have her in Toronto, act like he about to like, you know, do some music. He's piping around. You know what I mean? As somebody's wifey, whatever the case is, he's just kind of like playing Monopoly on a bigger level. And yeah, people start kind of feeling like, damn, bro, like, what's up with that? Right? Like, you know, we see all these guys, they're really sensitive over their girls. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I felt like people would have never brought to light of harboring certain feelings. And at the moment they felt like he took a direct headshot, they jumped out and applauded who they believe were the shooter, or at least was actively and applauding the incident happening. And those people now have kind of like just quietly like either gone back, or you see them trying to be like, oh, nah, it wasn't that deep. It was the battle, you know? So there's been a lot of things, but the most thing I can say is that people conveniently jumped out over whatever gripe they had, but they, in their minds, they have legitimate gripes over years. You know, damn, Drake told me we was going to get one in. Like, I needed this. Like, I told my label, I have a Drake feature. Some guys are like, yo, Drake didn't clear the song for me. You know, some of them is like, yo, they're trying to do business. I heard certain people, like, they felt like Drake's team, when doing business, they're getting jerked around in terms of they're getting bullied because you need Drake. Drake don't need you. So they feel a way. They do the business, but they feel a way. So it all comes to a head when they feel like someone has finally like knocked him down, and you start seeing people pop up. So now it becomes from 3v1 to 20v1.
That's definitely crazy. Now, I got somebody here want to ask you a question. Uber, you got to ask him a question. Yo.
Yo, can you hear me?
It's good.
We can hear you.
Mic check, mic check. What up, Ack?
What's good?
Happy belated birthday, gang.
Appreciate it.
It was good seeing you out in New York, bro.
Oh, great.
Yo, I was talking to Fax and VC the other day. Right before one of your head ass mods timed me out, but that's another story. But we was talking about like how if you want a desired outcome, you gotta move specific ways in specific rooms, right? In order to get what you want, even if it's like undesirable, like the ways that you gotta move. If you want desired outcomes. How do you feel Drake is moving now, bro? Even with the music being so fire, like honestly, Ack, do you think that Drake is still playing defense? Or do you think that he did something on this album that warrants a response from like some of the likes of Kendrick? What you think, honestly?
Well, before I get into any Kendrick conversation, let me just speak overall.
Okay.
You know, we always hear these conversations about rooms and be like, oh, people want to get in these rooms. And you'll even see it like, I still feel like at the highest levels, you get people like J. Cole, even Kendrick. I think they yearn to be in the room that's associated with Jay-Z. I think what Drake has aimed to do and has tried to do over the last couple of years is destroy those rooms. I don't think he wants to be in that league with them. I think he looks down on them. And I think that kind of, it messes up like the normal happenings of the industry, because what most people see as this maturation or getting to that next level is being in those rooms that they claim Jay is in or whatever. And I think Drake is like, the things he's done, I don't want to do them. And I don't feel like I got to go that route. And I don't give a fuck about that route. Matter of fact, I don't give a fuck about him. And it's the most rebellious route that we've seen before. Like, I think Kanye, to a certain extent, took that route where he's like, listen, I'm not gonna, whatever, like this exclusive, whatever, like, you know, higher power level club I have going on, fuck that club. I'm gonna do kind of what I want to do. Except, you know, I think people in the club I'm speaking about is that they were waiting for Kanye to crash and burn, which arguably we could say probably he did, right? Going back to responding if there is some substance that Kendrick could respond to, absolutely, right? The response is not going to be predicated on these small issues. Of course, he could address it. I think it would be predicated on you tried and you failed, and you had it felt it like you wanted to be this idea. Oh, you're what the culture is feeling, and you did nothing. I think those are two big themes that if I'm Kendrick, I would address. Right? Is what you did during the battle ultimately going to be seen as a failure if Drake returns to being the best and top rapper in the game? So even if you want to say you knocked him down for a second, he's back to being exactly what he was before, and may have even became a little bit stronger. How does that play out to you? And maybe he's like, nah, well, the goal was never to eliminate Drake, even though I would probably counter with, well, nigga, why'd you say all them things saying he deserved to die and you're the biggest hater? But I think that's one thing he'll probably try to rebuttal to. And
with them allegations, bro, they had to try to eliminate him with those type of allegations. Like, come on.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick doesn't kind of return the crown to Drake, and he might just be like, you're just a caricature of yourself. You're this pop guy. I still run this shit. I can see Kendrick doing that. Kendrick's a prideful guy. He's not like J. Cole, right? He has a spine. So he's not gonna be like, oh, okay, Drake, you sold 500K with Iceman, or you're back being the king. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like, he probably would try in a clever way to say, yo, Drake, you aren't, like, you've missed the point. This cultural shit that I control, I'm still the king. That's how I think he would try to approach that. But yeah, no, I think Kendrick could respond to some stuff. I think it would be foolish to drop a diss song. I think if Kendrick's gonna respond, he responds in his album. But an album that shouldn't be the fuck Drake album. I think that just would be a bad mistake for him. Nothing that Drake would do. I just think it pigeonholes him into a position that it's just not worthwhile to try to go down that route to like reclaim whatever, title or throne he thinks, maybe Drake is threatening.
Yeah, I know Drake is listening too. I don't know if he gonna like about that return the crown thing. Come on, Act, you got the chain now. Drake always had the crown, gang. Chill.
Well, you gotta remember on the record, Drake said you guys picked that guy as, so I wanted to, like, he got to be tested. Like, Drake literally raps that. Chat, what song is that? Is that Make Him Pay? He basically acknowledges that people, or Make Him Know. He basically acknowledges that people tried. What song was that, chat? I know y'all gonna tell me. That is, come on. Y'all know what song it is. What's the name of the song? We looked at it before. What is it?
Hello?
Oh, is this? Hold on. Okay.
They saying firm friends.
Is what?
I saw somebody say firm friends.
That's not even a song on there.
Nah, it's let me see. It says Make Him Know. Yeah, it's Make Him Know. Make Him Know.
So there's plenty of stuff. I'm gonna let the next speaker go, and I appreciate you giving me some time to talk to you real quick.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of things for Kendrick to respond to, especially like with Drake flowing over all them beats the way he was. But to me, just in my opinion, I feel like I was missing the moment that felt like, yo, Kendrick, you got to address this. That's my only negative or whatever, like I guess contention with his album. I was waiting for the moment where it's like, oh, this one right here, Kendrick, you gotta respond.
Yeah, but it's by design, right? Like Drake would probably acknowledge. I have said it before. I think one of the missteps, if we want to call it a misstep, and I will call it a misstep, that he took in a battle is that he shared his platform with the guy who wasn't on his level. And you could have had that guy basically, on push-ups, he says, to even address you niggas, I got to hike down. If he didn't make it where it's like, here's my record. And the thing with a beef is that people hear your response, then they run to go hear the other person's response. So you don't want to give that guy a chance to go, clout chase again with the moment. No, and make his own moment again or try to benefit off your moment. No, because you know what would happen? He would just tease a song for the next 2 weeks and then drop a song and the song will go bananas again because it's going to use and capitalize off all of Drake's hype. So, yeah. No, nah.
Hey, hey, y'all, wait a second. Okay, somebody doing it again. Wait a minute. Hey, look, we got 30 people that's trying to come up. So
Yeah.
let's just keep it to one question.
One question. One question. We can cycle around for everyone.
Yeah, I'm trying to get everybody else. Let's just keep it to one.
Hey, yo, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah, Faye, say your piece right quick.
Did you hear me? I just want to ask you. I know you're the biggest Drake fan in the world. Got the chain now. I just want to know, you gonna pass the chain down to your son one day?
Say again?
You gonna pass the chain down to your son one day?
Pass the chain down to the son is crazy.
What you gonna do with it?
Pass the chain down.
Baby Dimmick.
Did you might as well?
Yeah, baby Dimmick.
It'll be a family ornament.
Baby chat, a chat baby.
It'll be a family ornament, you know?
You gonna make it an heirloom, huh?
Come on.
That's right.
Yo.
That's all I wanted to ask you, bro.
Imagine later.
Congrats on all your success and everything.
Imagine later, I'm over here sounding like Drake. Yo, why Drake rap? He's like, yo, who sold my OVO chain? They still trying to figure out who did it. Yo, it said my boy sold my chain, didn't even have the nerve to tell me.
Yeah, that ball was nasty.
Did they try to tag
He said
Pressure?
nefarious.
Yeah, they tagged the nigga on Twitter. You talk about why I gotta be the broker.
Yeah, that was Preem. Preem was like, yo, bro, like, why? And the people don't realize how locked in he is with Preem. Like, Preem is a guy who introduced him to Chubbs, I believe. Preem is P. Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, whatever happened to O.B. Bryant? You remember the white dude he used to rap with?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you got to go on their Instagram page and see what they had.
So my question is, I had two questions at first, but I'm just going to window it down to the better one. And it's, what do you think is the boy's next move? Like, you think he'll go back to business like it was before, or like?
That's a great question. And I think one that I'm interested in, but I don't, maybe Drake knows it and he already has his next 12 months planned out. But I think he's probably playing it by ear. I would think he's playing it by ear, but you never know. The level of intricacy and planning he did for this, I wouldn't be surprised if he has like X, Y, and Z kind of like lined up right after this. You know? So I don't know.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
Can you hear me? Yeah, shout out from South Africa, man. Shout out to Big X. Shout out to the chat. My question is, do you think that because this whole rollout was the whole Michael Jackson club, right? But there was also the bracelet, which could be a shot to like Taylor Swift. Could that be him saying that, yeah, I'm the biggest like of all time, because biggest Michael Jackson from back then, and then Taylor now with the bracelet.
Nah, trust me, I don't think there's no shots to Taylor, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's the opposite. He has tremendous amount of respect for Taylor, and obviously they're gonna compete because they're both artists, but definitely like she's not one of them people receiving a shot. I think he's ecstatic. He's been waiting literally for like 2-3 years to pass Michael Jackson, and it's gonna happen. We're gonna get the announcement on Monday, so I'm happy.
Yeah, let's hope. Do you think he's gonna drop something for that?
No, but whatever he writes up on Instagram or whatever, I think he's gonna post when everything is finalized for that first week. And that's what I was saying. I haven't talked to him about it necessarily, but I think he's gonna show some appreciation for his fans and like kind of maybe some self-reflection. I wouldn't be surprised if we get like at least half a paragraph, in him basically expressing what it means to him, because he has been chasing this for a while. This is in music terms, it's the equivalent, or basketball terms actually, it's equivalent to LeBron passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most points. This is the most Billboard #1 songs. Drake is going to own that record by himself, and then he's going to simultaneously break a similar record, but on the album side, the first time that debuted #1, 2, and 3. So, exciting times.
Hey, Percy, you can go right quick, or you got to go back at work.
All right. What up, Act? Happy belated.
Thank you.
One of these days, I will be at your show.
Come on, where you live at?
Huh?
Where do you live?
I was in LA. Now I'm in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. You could have came to the New York show, bro.
Yeah. But when you was your last show, I was in LA. This time, I was in PA. So it's. But I'm going to make it to one of them. You know what I'm saying? The closer you get around, it's going to be there. So next time when you in the Carolinas with Wale, when you do one in the Carolinas, I could probably pull up to that one too.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna pick between the Carolinas and like Virginia.
Oh, either way. Okay, so yeah, both of those is like a drive, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my question to you is, and I had to think about all the questions that I wanted to ask, but so I settled with this one. So earlier you talked a lot about Drake's new contract and what what he might be offered, and a lot of talk has been around him getting out of his deal and him being offered more money, independent. Mm-hmm. And my question to you is, with Drake turning 40 and this rollout with all the streamers, bro, the streamers, they wasn't, this was like that moment where like, yo, could he still have a moment with the kids? And even though as a 36-year-old, I'm glad that I felt like Drake finally made an album for our age, and it probably pissed a lot of young people off, like a lot of young streamers. But seeing that he lost that kind of like that explosiveness with the streamers, a lot of streamers, including Blackboy Max, was like, would you like if I'm assessing the risk to investing in this guy, right? Do you think that do you think that it's later going to come back and bite him in the ass if they do invest in this guy independently? Or do you think like, yo, this is Drake got another 10 years in him? Like, being honest, like.
Yeah, so two things. I actually disagree with the streamer's point. I've only seen criticism from two artists, or not two artists, two streamers, which is Platboy Max and Marlon. And
oh no, there's a lot of them. There was like
really?
Somebody even made a whole, there was a bunch that like didn't feel the album. Some of them even said that they felt like they were scared to say they didn't like the album because Drake, kind of like flew them out, and they kind of like felt indebted to say that it was dope, but they was like, yo, we can't help but to be honest. Yeah, bro. Yes. I was up during all the streams while you were streaming. I was up watching all the streams. I think Blackboy Max, by the time he got to the end of Habibi, he said that there was no standout song in his opinion. And usually when he listens to Drake, he listens for that one hit that's gonna go, even if the rest of them don't go. And a lot of them said they
Max,
couldn't.
I guess that's what I'm saying. Like you said, there was a whole bunch. Like I really don't know about anybody than Marlon and Max.
Okay, well I saw like at least 5, but skipping all that, when it comes to the investing part, do you think that coming up on 40, do you think that anything else that Drake dropped is going to be like, I kind of feel like this is the last hurrah, but I could be wrong. But do you think as an investor, you would take that bet, even though he's kind of almost at the end of his rope, the white wrinkles are coming in? You know what I'm saying? Like the attractiveness, like of towards bro, he kind of shriveling up a little bit. Like, so I
Yo,
want to know,
brother, are you
like,
like judging his looks? Like, yo,
Whoa.
just
you're like, yo, my
well,
man is not looking too attractive these days. Bro.
no, but what I'm saying is like, because when you're an artist that appeals to like a female crowd or whatever, it's a lot of things that go into that other than just yo, I keep making music for women. Like, it's like, bro, like people keep listening to Chris Brown, ladies keep listening to Chris Brown, but it's more than just Chris Brown singing the same song every album. It's like, yo, this guy, he does more, he dances, he da 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 da. What does Drake have that's going to make that investment worth it? Like if it was Kanye, it would be like, yeah, he got another 10 years because Kanye makes his beats, Kanye does this, Kanye has every aspect of creativity. And not to bring this guy up, but Kendrick has a wide range of creativity too. He doesn't just show up and rap. He has creative videos. He has all of that. So my thing is, what does Drake have that you think will give him another 10 years? And what, is it a smart investment for an investor to be like, yo, let's pull you from the situation and we'll help you out. Meanwhile, you got your own money and stuff like that. So what do you think?
Okay, so all right, so let me give you, if we're in a business meeting, let me give you the argument for Drake. Why not only he's worth it, he's worth probably way more than you're probably even down to offer. Okay, so if we're gonna start out with age, let's be very clear. Drake is 39 years of age. However, if we look in the top 10 most streamed artists, we have 3 artists that's over 40, right? And the average age of the top 5 is 36. So Drake is only 3 years older than them, right?
No, right. But they there's a lot of artists that are in their 30s that just entered their 30s. But the top 5, I feel like even it's not even just Drake. I feel like all of them are nearing their end.
Hold on. We're talking about, remember, this is a business convo. This is not like, I know you switched it to like, yo, is he cute or not? But it's a business convo. So if we're gonna like give a deal out, we need to figure out the metrics. The metrics say there's 10 people, or like we have a top 10 list. It's like we're looking at the NBA. Who's scoring the most? Who's the top 10 guys? And then how do the top 10 people stack up against each other? Drake is not like 50 and everybody else is in their 30s. Drake is still in his 30s. Taylor Swift, 36. The Weeknd, 36. They're going on 37, by the way. Bad Bunny is actually the youngest one. He's actually 32. We have Eminem, who still is a top 10 streamer. He's over 40. Kanye's over 40. Again, if we're looking at age and who would be worth that money, you got to remember, this is not the NBA. It's not the NBA where you're like, you know what, this guy's going into his prime, so let's give him $1 billion. They pay you off what you've done, and what the numbers could feasibly say is going to happen. So you already have to be in the top 10 to get offered the type of money Drake is going to want to ask. And all I'm saying, with
an artist that relies on new sound, new artists that he could kind of like usher into the next generation, like Lil Yachty helped him usher into a new crowd of people. With this album, it kind of felt like he hit his end of people he can pull to bring on the new wave of what music is going to sound like. You see what I'm saying? And so with an artist like that, and there's nobody, like I feel like there's nobody like up and coming that I feel like Drake would even want to like pull anything from, because at this point everything's copycat of Drake. Drake inspired it all. So at this point, so what I'm saying is a person who relies on the energy of what's new and what's younger, if he can't do that again, does that hurt the investment, or do you still say no because of what he did before? That's all that matters, not what he's going to do or what he has the expectations to do in the future.
So decent question. So the way how it works in the music business is that, first of all, any deal is going to be contingent on one important question: could they exploit your previous works? And if the answer is yes, Drake is going to be the most. He's going to get the biggest deal ever. Drake's catalog is the most elaborate catalog that Universal, or even he owns. Again, he owns everything from Scorpion. Remember, the way you get paid in music is not about potentially what you're going to sell, is can they exploit your catalog? Because the streaming game goes, trust me, guaranteed Take Care is going to be in the top 50s this week. Guaranteed we're going to have Scorpion back in the top 50. Why? Drake has just dropped a new album. So being able to exploit the biggest music catalog of all time and the most successful one is going to already write the check. Keep in mind, whether you think that he's on the upside, he's still a very viable and still a, again, really top one, but let's say top 3 overall streamer. Look at my boy Ben the Don. Hold on, let me see what Ben told me. What up, gang?
Hey, cuz, did you figure out how to open the necklace?
Oh, I did. Okay.
I was mad. I was gonna show you, but you got it. All right, you good?
Yeah, no. They were asking to see if I took the bitch off, but I'm like, yeah, they thought I was sleeping with it the whole time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I'm finna do my official album review right now.
Oh, hey, well, I told these people it's gonna take me at least a week. Like, I gotta break this shit down like a kilo of debut album.
Probably about a month or 2.
Really? Nah, I'm for real. Word?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Nah, you should do it, bro. I'm telling you, nigga, you be snapping, but I can't wait to see how you navigate through people saying, bro, you should stop streaming and stop doing comedy and do this full time, because that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, bro, I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear that at all, because it ain't happening.
Shit, but I ain't gonna lie, nigga, you can rap, boy. You can rap.
Appreciate that, my boy.
All right, man. OVO shit, nigga.
All right, love, broski.
All right, bro.
All right.
Bend it down, my guy. My bad. Oh. Fuck, I lost a connection again. Yo, are we still on here? Are we still on here? Hello, Moto.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was trying to make the point. So this is how you get the biggest deals. So when people sign you, a lot of times they want to be able to exploit your music, right? We live in the age of streaming, right? So if you sign Drake, you get access somewhat, especially this is why Universal would give him the $1 billion. You get to continue to exploit even the ones he's licensed to, because he's licensed Scorpion, CLB, Dark Lane Demos. He's licensed For All the Dogs and Her Loss to UMG, even though he owns the masters. They continue to exploit that, which is probably making them hundreds of millions a year. So again, I know what you're saying, but it doesn't work like basketball. This is not like LeBron about to get signed. Like, should he get a max contract? No. The mere fact that Drake is doing these numbers currently and he has the biggest catalog, he gets to write his own check, right? And that check could only be leveraged or compared to 2 other people having their check, analyzed, which is 3 of them. The Weeknd did this very crazy deal that we're going to have to compare at some point to what maybe Drake is going to get offered. But the Weeknd, remember, there was a $500 million situation, or was it $1 billion, where it was mostly around publishing, I believe. It wasn't a record deal. Not only that, we got to think about Taylor Swift. When Taylor Swift is officially a free agent, I don't know if I've ever told you guys a story. Hold on. Universal buys Taylor Swift masters. The story goes, they're saying that Universal didn't do it, but it was part of the deal. Universal made sure it happened. So Universal basically made sure this $360 million masters went back to Taylor Swift. By the way, this happened in what year? This happened in 2019. If they were down to buy something or leverage it that she could get something for $360 million, do you think that 7 years later, where she's done so much tours, sold so much albums, you don't think they think she's $1 billion asset at this point? The point is this. Just like how the NBA teams are going up in value, the top 3 people, I'll say top 4, they're $1 billion artists. They are companies themselves. Drake is a company. Drake is a $1 billion artist. Bad Bunny is a $1 billion artist. And when I mean a $1 billion artist, if they ever were a free agent and they could take new masters to a company, they would be valued in the billions. And Drake is the first one that seemingly is going to exploit that to the max. Here's the difference between Drake and Bad Bunny, and actually all these artists and Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny has this really unique deal that he doesn't necessarily have to flex this independence because he hasn't really ever been in this traditional he's never been in this traditional record deal. And by the way, it's not with Universal, it's with Sony. So it's Sony Orchard. And that goes through Remus actually Entertainment. So Bad Bunny's in a position that he never has to be like, give me the B, right? Like he's probably just going to be like, all right, give me 200 mil and they're going to add up. Why? He's not taking these overall huge deals that's going to be multi-album. He could dip anytime. He's one of the only people that can. Taylor Swift is in a lucrative, was supposed to be at least long-term somewhat. Yes, she's $1 billion artist. If you want to engage her, if she's ever a free agent, and you want to lock her back in a contract, you're talking $1 billion. The Weeknd, I think you're also talking $1 billion. Now, you could try to add or subtract whatever to be like, oh, if it's $1 billion, they have to be in a 360 or it has to include touring or blah, whatever you want to make it make sense. Those 4 artists, this is what I want to tell you how important they are. If Universal Music Group was going to get bought for $64 billion, their top 4 artists, which is Drake, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, The Weeknd. Those are all Universal artists. By the way, all of those artists are under Republic. They're under Republic, not Interscope, under Republic. Those artists, if the company is worth $64 billion, it's very safe to say that if you could start a random record label and get all 4 of those, that would definitely be worth more than $1 billion, $1 billion, $1 billion, $1 billion. Think about what they're worth. They're part of the reason why Universal is worth $64 billion, and they're the top 4 out of 5 streamers. We're not counting Bad Bunny; he's over at Sony. So if you think $1 billion is too crazy, the company's worth $64 billion, and I'm saying the top 4 people, you don't think each of them is worth $1 billion? You're smoking that crack cocaina, all right? So again, it's $1 billion games being played here, but here's the thing why the leverage is always in the favor of the machine. It's you never let them see the free agent market. That's the thing. Drake has done what a lot of people would have either been too scared to do or stalled it out and waited to get a deal secured with Universal. He dropped the project. He is technically and could be out of his deal. So now he's not a restricted free agent. He could be an unrestricted free agent, and the price goes up after that. Sorry for that long-winded response, but it gives you an understanding of why these artists are talking in that B word.
That's a great response, honestly.
Mm-hmm. What's good, Dak? I got a question, man. I'm gonna make this so short and sweet. Do you honestly believe at one point Drake would just cancel all negotiations and just go independent because he believed he has that power to do so?
I have to believe with how he dropped this project, it has to be a viable threat. And I have to believe that his partners at UMG actually believe it's a viable threat as well. Otherwise, I don't think this goes anywhere. But I think they're realizing he launched a situation that, yes, he probably can't technically do a Frank Ocean because they've patched that method. But theoretically, he could follow up with something that's very devastating to the entire ecostructure, and it would show only weakness of UMG. So I do believe that it puts him in this unique position where he has ultimate leverage. Ultimate. Now, again, will he go independent? I don't see that happening, but it looked more like a possibility, even if he's fronting now, than it looked in any time before.
Yeah, I genuinely believe they'll throw $1 billion before he quit. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Say again?
I genuinely believe that they'll actually give him $1 billion before he try to go independent.
Yeah,
what's
of
your
course.
thoughts
I
on
agree.
that?
I agree. I think the person who's going to give him the $1 billion is Universal. I think it's universal.
Okay.
It's the best bet. But I wouldn't trust them after either, because you know what I mean. Even after the court case and everything, it's like, damn, bro, they gonna have to do a lot for the boy. They gotta do a lot.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see, man. It's coming down to it. I would say this next 12 months is gonna be interesting because here's the thing: while Drake has the ultimate leverage right now, it now puts, like, if you know anything about planes, I'm going to use a terminology or phrase that they use in flight. He's now in a holding pattern, I would believe. Because now that you've completed your requirements, using that leverage would not include much more drops until things get figured. Right? Like, you don't want to play your first game of basketball before you sign the basketball contract, right? Like, you don't want him to be like, oh, word, I thought he jumped out a little bit higher. No, nigga, whatever my leverage was, what you saw at the combine, what you saw wherever, that let's sign the deal off of that, and then let's play ball. So I would believe he's in a holding pattern now. I think things are much farther along than people might think, and I think a deal could be imminent. And I'm still giving it about a year, but it could be imminent.
I honestly didn't even think that. In my mind, I was like, yo, he's just going independent. Like, that's the only route. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, with the empire he's built, it's like, why not? Because they got the funding. I mean, arguably, I would say OVO's probably fucking as big as Universal Music Group. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, funding wise, I don't know about all the fund, but I'm just saying, like, what is he need? In my mind, looking at it, I'm like, oh, what does he need the labels for? If he goes independent, he gonna flip the game over on his fucking head. But then I'm also thinking, well, who would he sign if he goes the Jay-Z route? If he goes and he still makes music, but he, you know, makes OVO into more of like a label. Like, okay, I'm gonna sign some artists. We're gonna really fund our own shit, give them better deals than the labels can give them. So it's like a catch-22, because I see on one side how he could really fuck the game up. But then on the other hand, I'm like, damn, well, he'll have to do it by himself, really, because I don't know who else he would really be able to sign under him or whatever. He got people that will rock with him in the game, friends, of course, but I mean, like, you know, people you would sign to a label type thing.
This is the best effort I think he's done in trying to explain that he's fighting a machine. And I definitely believe that people start rocking with him a little bit more just hearing the album. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh hell yeah, bro. I loved it. You know, me and you, because I'd never switch sides on Drake, so I could imagine when Iceman drops and you hear him talking that shit, it's like, yes, bro, fucking finally, yes. I'm so hyped, bro.
Yeah. So, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Hey,
Joe Budden.
Hey, by the way, I could do
Joe
like
Budden
3 more of
good.
these, man, and then I'm out of here, man. I feel like I've been on for like 12 hours now. Holy.
Nigga, please.
You might have been.
No, it's not 12
Yeah, you
hours.
definitely been going for a minute, G.
Yeah, no. I got online at, wait, what time did I get online today?
It was like 9 a.m. You did like a 4-hour the first time, then like a 6-hour. You've been online.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, you kind of did 2 gambling streams.
Okay, all right. Let me get 4 more questions. 4 more questions. Come on.
Yo, what
up?
Yo, this is boy Swag Man Joe. Shit, I just want to give you your flowers. Congratulations on everything you accomplished. Congratulations on since day one. Congratulations on being the number one in hip hop, which is no damn debate about that. Congratulations on meeting the boy. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much. Honestly,
And check your DM too. You talk about you always be checking DMs, my guy. You don't shit. I'm still on red. God damn.
Hold on. I said I check the DMs. I don't say I open every DM. Like, brother, I gotta like still see certain things to respond to. No, I see every DM, every single DM. I see the people in the DM saying, "Nigga, I thought you said you checked your DM." Yes, I'm reading it. I didn't say I respond to every DM. That's the thing. I'm definitely watching or reading, but I'm not saying I respond to every single one. That's what I'll say.
All right, my God. Peace and blessings.
He said he answering questions.
Hey, yo,
Hey,
Act.
Hey, what up?
Yo, Wagwan, my brother.
What up, man? What you deal with?
One question. I know you've been talking about you going to Carabana. Can you let the people know if we should start working our flights for the OVO Fest this year or what, man?
Oh man. Hey, so you know I was gonna talk to Drake about that. I was like, yo, Drake, you did it. You dropped a fucking and I was talking to my team about it too. I said, yo, Drake put the album on the day of my show. Right? I'm like, I have a show locked in for the 31st, July 31st. That's Caravana. And I said, so now we're talking contingency plan. I'm like, if Drake, which OVO Fest hasn't happened for 2 years, if he brings back OVO Fest, my event is cooked. So I'm like, yo, I should just ask the guy, like, yo, bro, is OVO Fest going on this year? You know what I mean? Like, because now I'm gonna have to. And I was even thinking, so I was talking to my team. I'm like, we should ask the venue if we could turn into a day event, because right now it's a night event. I'm like, we might have to, but I think the easiest thing is just asking Drake, like, yo, bro, are you doing OVO Fest?
Yes.
But I don't want to. I also don't want people, like, I don't want to ruin his announcement if he's gonna make one. I don't know if he's doing it. So, like, you know, I'm gonna try to figure out
Don't
what's
say
best
that
for
and
our
just
event.
change the date if it happens.
Well,
No, keep the date so you stay honest to his release. But
no.
Once he releases his date, cancel or at least change it for
No,
us.
OVO Fest is in 1 day. It's like the whole weekend, bro. So it's like the
That's
whole.
right.
It would have been
That's
the whole
right.
Caravana weekend. So if you look on the calendar, so on the calendar in July 31st is the Friday. The way how OVO Fest works is 3 nights, and he usually closes the full night on Sunday, but the 31st would be the first night of Caravana. So we have the first night of Caravana, but if OVO Fest gets announced, it's going to be for the whole weekend. He's going to have a line. He would have had a lineup for the Friday. He would have had a lineup for the Saturday. And sometimes he pops up on both nights. And then, you know, that's the reason why it's OVO Fest. It's kind of like Dreamville Fest, except is Dreamville Fest 1 day? All I know is OVO Fest is multiple days. We could look back at it. Look, OVO
Who
Fest
cares about
20,
Dreamfest?
2030.
Fuck it, man. It sound like we doing both.
Yeah. So when you look at the old OVO Fest, it would tell you, like, yeah, it goes from, like, it has a whole thing. Sunday, well, this one went into Monday, but yeah, it's a whole weekend thing. It's not like one like event. So, you know, obviously I'm taking into account that, and if look, see this one, what was this one here? Okay, yeah. So Friday he had Chris Brown and Lil Baby. Last time, and then he had the Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj Young Money reunion as well. And then on the Thursday, he had it was a Canadian day, I think. So, you know, we'll see. We don't know if he's bringing OVO Fest back yet. I would think this is the right timing. Yo, the city has shown him so much love. It would make sense. Like, it would make sense.
I mean, from my perspective, it'd be a missed opportunity if he. I mean, he's the GOAT right now, but it'd be a missed opportunity to capitalize on, especially if he gets the number one. What better way to reward the city with
Hold on.
Likely be the best OVO Fest in years.
I'll also say this: if we're gonna do something the 31st, no matter what, if he does announce OVO Fest, I'll work with, you know, somebody from OVO and we'll make it something, not necessarily collab, but like, you know, it would be something where, you know, we're going to OVO City anyway, so it'll be blessed. You know what I mean? It'll definitely be somewhere where we're considered in all the weekly or weekend happenings, you know?
Yeah. Well, appreciate it, Ak. Thanks for answering the question. Talk to you, man.
No doubt. Thank you.
Hey, Ak, we have a couple people that's been lined up in the queue, and I know you about to go. I would want to try to do a rapid fire question thing real quick, but I don't know if we're going to be able to even do that. But we got like about 4 people up here that want to ask questions. How long you could stay, Ak? I know you about to go.
We'll get through all 4. Come on.
All right.
I want to close out my. It's Stoney. I'll be the last person because my question is not even a question.
I know we got a chat queen that just popped up. Go ahead and chat queen. Go ahead and ask your question real quick.
I'm okay. I just wanted to say, hey, Ak.
Hey, how are you doing?
It's the first time I'm speaking to you, and
really?
I'm one of your chat queens. And I'm happy
so
to be here, and I enjoy your content.
Oh, I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, so next person.
BTA, where you at? Come on, BTA. Come on, my boy BTA.
Good, Ak. How you been, man?
What's good?
I was gonna say, do you think "Don't Worry" is the 2026 Mars Room? Because I keep hearing "Don't Worry" and I think it's slept on as far as like a song because everybody listen, to the rap and whatnot. I feel like "Don't Worry" and "Classic" are like my two favorite like R&B type joints.
Ask me this question next week. You know me, I'm always checking out the things. So like, I'm looking at, when they put a little status shit and they put a song with it. I'm starting to take note. I'm doing a little poll right now. I'm trying to see which of the songs that's kind of working. But yeah, I mean, I still haven't really locked in on those songs. I've locked in on these songs when I'm singing it in the intro. I haven't sung those songs on the intro. I'm still on the pop shit records. But shit, we're gonna see. So ask me next week on that. Let's
Yeah,
table
because
that one.
classic is on I think Habiti and "Don't Worry" is on Iceman.
Yeah. We're gonna see.
Claire. All right, next question. Come true. Quick.
Hey, one thing for Claire, 'cause one thing you should do, a suggestion is we should announce that all chat niggas that got questions, they go on Twitter in the community and post their questions. So when you ain't doing nothing and you just scrolling, you can go through Twitter and answer their questions.
Yeah, we should have like a Q&A portion, right? Like, and even like maybe some of these questions could kind of get vetted because like if you guys have like, especially like questions that a lot of people are thinking about, and obviously when I'm streaming and sometimes I'm not looking at maybe the right stuff, I might not answer a simple question that I could have been answered. So yeah, we should probably, whether it's we have like a little upvote on Twitter with people liking it, like damn, he should answer this, or it could even be on Discord, but you guys could pick.
We could vet it and I could send you a list and you go through the list.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, next up. Who up next?
Let's go, Claire. You go.
That's a good idea, TJ. But what's up, Big Act? I
How you
didn't really have a
doing?
question. I just wanted to say what's up.
Oh.
Show love. Nothing bigger than the chat, man. I don't think they're ready for Drake to dominate the top of the charts like he has been for the last 10, 15 years. So that's gonna be their sadness. But yeah, man, keep doing your thing, and we lit, man. The chat lit.
No, I appreciate you guys. Hey, listen, I'm excited just for the year to come and people to be back having fun. Music to like just music to be a little bit more fun, right? And I think this is gonna help. It's gonna go a long way in people just kind of like just enjoying music. Like I seen this one guy on Twitter. Like the guy's like he's like trying to bring the wokeness back. I'm like, whoa, stay with the dot era with that shit. Like music, obviously music could have messages behind it. There's a long list of things that music could stand for, but at sometimes we get fatigued. We just want to have some fucking fun. And right now, just hearing the plethora of music that Drake put out, I think this is a good space for everybody to be in. Everybody has a pocket they could pick from. And man, I'm just excited that people are kind of enjoying music. And we all we did a whole stream talking about music. I like that. Except for the Myron part. Like the Myron part was the debate, right?
They want us twerking to activist music in the club, man. Shit's ridiculous, man. Drake on top, man.
Yeah, they want you with a dictionary, like at 29 on stage.
They want y'all twerk walking.
Scammy, I thought you had a question. We have Scammy Pum Pum was said you want a question. I don't know. Scammy, you got a question?
That's her name, Scammy Pum.
Yeah, Scammy Pum Pum. You know Scammy.
I know Scammy still, but like I didn't. Since when y'all added the Pum Pum to her name?
Hey, she in act chat, Bridget. You know, man, said she have to respect the yard thing, isn't it, man? So yeah. Well, we have another one coming up. Who up next? Get me on the.
Wait, is Scammy not here?
Scammy, where you there, Scammy?
She might have stepped away from the mic. She been waiting for a while.
Oh,
yeah, because she been said she wanted to ask, but we got her still.
Who else?
All right, who up next? Come fast.
Get me on.
Man, let us know what's next, man. We did New York. We did Miami.
Hold on.
Where we at next?
Is Get me on up here. If he's not, then we're gonna move on to the next person. If not, then I'll be the last, and we can send act.
I got one more person coming up. Was it a big? Hold on. Forward quick.
Yo.
What up, bro?
Am I able to be heard? Yo, what's up? Okay, real quick. What do you think the whole point of the whole like "we don't trust you" rollout is now? Like from what I understand is like kind of like just like listening to you was like that was a whole attack, you know, on Drake, kind of from his own inner city, from like XO and like everybody who, that like Playboy Cardi getting pulled off the track last year, Cash now representing, I think he manages like all of the rollouts for Future's albums, Metro, whatnot. How does Drake do a song with Future after all of that? I personally don't get it, but I would like to know what you think.
You've asked a very important question, and I think it's a really good question. Even some other people who we talked about the Future thing, this is what I won't understand, right? So, is there still an issue with this XO thing and OVO? Because
well, can I ask a second question off that?
Yeah.
Maybe as a better one. They just made this track, right? And from I've heard you say this one time when Drake and Future made that song with Thames,
Yeah.
right? There was kind of like beef going on there,
Yeah.
right? Like it was kind of. Is it? Are Drake and Future tight like they were like when they made what Time to Be Alive, or is it more like that Thames track?
Again, I have the same. I'm giving you credit for the questions because I have the same questions. Here's what I was trying to explain. So there's been tension with OVO and XO. If you listen to a lot of the diss songs, even going back to Family Matters, there's a lot of disses going at XO, going to Abel, going to Cash. Cash owns XO. Cash has this, they have a not only is XO a label, they also have a phenomenal management company, Future, signed to that.
Exactly.
Right? So Future is in the mix. You get Playboy Cardi, who's also kind of in the mix of that XO crowd because he just went on tour with The Weeknd. So here's where I kind of, I'm confused about, not confused, but like I do have a question to say, how much could you not only trust Future, but also how much could this, truce be real if essentially Future is going to still fall on that opposite side that, that's even bigger than Kendrick, which I would imagine is the XO situation, that doesn't like or appreciate Drake, right? So, is Future going to be able to navigate this like, okay, when you're with XO or you're getting managed by them, cool, or you're with The Weeknd, it's cool. But when you're rocking with Drake, they're like, man, why? I don't know. It's kind of odd to see.
But I mean, like to me, it's just like they had two, not just one album. They had two albums. They had a song. Yeah. The intro to the second "We Don't Trust You" album was literally like The Weeknd and Future kind of dancing on his grave. The Weeknd was dissing Drake straight off that album. It was a coordinated attack from that entire label. Now Drake is just doing a song with Future. It makes no sense to me in my mind. I think it's soft. I think it's as soft as J. Cole dropping out of the beef. I think it's kind of pussy. I don't know. I mean, it's just the hypocrisy of the game, I guess, that I don't understand, but who knows?
It's a lot of politics at play. And,
yes,
I don't know how it all works out. Because then you hear, well, that got fixed by Big Bank and 21. But then you hear, well, did 21 have something going on with Future? Because they subliminally I don't know, bro. It's really tricky. It's really tricky. And then it kind of comes across like, are these guys even friends or they're just trying to get a record off?
All right. I also thought that, because like at the end of the day, Future and Drake are probably the two hottest rappers. So like, of course they got to do a song with each other. But
it might just be
I'll
business.
go.
It might just be business.
Thank you, boss.
You're welcome, bro.
All right, next up.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Okay.
Heck, I just want to thank you, man, for how you articulate yourself in these debates. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, someone who can keep their composure and stuff during some of this, negative stuff that's being said and stuff with Chud and stuff like that. I appreciate that you, articulate yourself well so you get heard. You know what I'm saying? And get to share your side. You know what I'm saying? Because we, obviously we agree with you.
Yeah, no. Well, I think it's very important to be Let me tell you this: if you're debating like a guy like even Sneeko sounds really intelligent when he frames that the average Black American doesn't have a control of the English language and uses the Ebonics or just can't use logic and reason, that's just not true. So, when you have these debates with them, you can't let ignorance jump out. You can't let frustration, even if they're not getting your point, jump out. And you'll get to realize just over time, like, you'll get to the root of whatever, whether it's just a lack of care for the Black plight or Black people, but you got to do it in an eloquent way. There's, the easiest way, and even Chud was kind of getting at this, they like to make it seem like because we're Black, we're stupid. Or they try to separate us and be like, well, you have the smart Blacks and then the stupid Blacks and the stupid. No, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I like getting into these kind of back and forth, especially about a blanket topic. I think Chud is something that, whether you're a Harvard graduate or if you're a goon in the streets, like, yeah, he's talking about both of us, right? So, it's a good topic to kind of weed out the racists because, a racist is going to try to still hide behind, oh, well, you know what? Well, Chud is using free speech, or he's only doing it to why certain Blacks can't control themselves. And they try to flip it in different ways. But this is why you use logic and chop them down every time, right? Use logic and chop them down. And I think, I'm going to be honest with you, like, I think we've done decent. We've done decent so far. But it's continue to have the conversation. Like, there's a lot of people with some of these things that because they feel they come across a little bit more educated, they put forth a lot of rhetoric that is it's not only ignorant, it pains me to see Sneeko, who uses the word nigga, basically being able to quickly disassociate with anything that has to do with caring about Black people or their previous struggle, and it's not about victimhood. They have talking points like, oh no, so you're defending victimhood. No. We're just saying that other people's pain is sacred and Black people's pain should be sacred too. What's the problem, right? Like, you guys talk and rant and rave all day about Israel and Palestine, but I think what's going on here with people that look like you, that share similar identities to you, should matter a lot more. And if you think you have some type of Blackness and you live in this country, I don't see how you could ignore their plight, but you're all up on the fucking ass crack of Palestine. No disrespect to Palestine, but it's like, some of these guys, they associate and disassociate with their own identity at times. So, you kind of just do it logically. And debating is a skill that I like, actually. It doesn't matter what it is. So I do like debate. So hopefully you guys are proud of, and you might disagree with me.
That's that bull in you.
Huh?
That's that bull in you.
Yeah, you gotta get it in. You gotta get it in. So.
All right, Mojo, we have like 3 more questions. Like, I know you gotta go, but the chat appreciates you, my brother, because you ain't been around, so you don't know. Yo, Mojo, hurry up and go real quick, and then we got a couple more.
Mojo, what up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, what's up, back? I was like, I'm in the Middle East, and then it's like 4 or 5, almost 5
Oh
p.m.
wow, you're in the Middle East?
And like, I'm in the Middle East, and I'm like the biggest fan of you. I've been watching you since forever, since like day one. I'm just a huge fan. I just want to appreciate you and how the episode 4 came out, and that album is amazing. It's fire.
Hey, by the way,
No skips.
are you in the armed forces or no?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you in the military?
No. I'm actually Middle Eastern.
Oh, you're actually originally from there. Oh, I thought like you were stationed there or something. Like, oh wow. Do you mind saying what country?
Mojo, you still there?
Tell him to pull his thing, the side of his phone down. His speaker went out again.
Mojo. Oh man, that nigga service on. He way in the Middle East. It's going down over there too, so you already know.
We gotta get to somebody else.
Oh, I didn't know he was natively from there.
Hey, Megatron, go ahead, Megatron, unmute, Megatron. That goes scam. Megatron, you there?
All right, scam.
Scammy, go
Yo,
scammy.
did
I don't.
you
I don't know what's going on.
Can I ask this question real quick?
Hey, what's
All
up?
right, go ahead, Scissor. Go ahead, Scissor.
All right, yo, Act, did you see the what's that video called? The Make Them video?
Say again?
Did you see the Make Them Remember video? Yeah.
Well, I watched everything because it was on the episode, but I'm not too. I probably don't remember a particular part. Do you? Are you referring to it?
Do you remember the one? What is it? 1 minute and 40 seconds in with that girl, and he was talking about the LeBron lyrics.
Make them remember.
The one with the all
Do you
white?
think that has anything to do with it, or is that's a reach?
Well, okay. You said 1 minute and what?
40 seconds.
I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in that arena because you always made your career off of switching teams.
Oh, okay. I know who you
You see how he smiled at the camera and shit? Like, do you think that's like a coincidence or not?
Yo, hi.
Can
Next
you hear me?
question. Next question. Next question.
That's funny as shit.
Next question.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay, can I go?
Is Scammy there? Scammy there?
I never connect. Yo, I didn't know that that's what was played at that time. Next question.
Emmy not there. Next question.
LeBron lives another day, man. LeBron lives another
Emmy's
day.
not here. She's not answering.
All right,
can I go?
Tunu.
Yo, I'll
Mojo,
be
you
quick.
there?
I just want to, hey, look, I just want to say, hey, congrats, Act, on being number one again, from Complex Rating. And also, just off, on behalf of the chat, also congrats to the chat, man. We up there again. We always gonna be supportive. We always here for you.
No.
Nothing bigger than the chat.
No.
Nothing
Thank you
bigger.
guys, and I hope you guys realize in all these moments, we always see like I'm Jamaican, so we call it bod mind. We see like people jealous, this and third, and they'll even ask, how does Act get blah blah. It's like it's you guys. Like what they won't realize is like it's the power of the chat. Like you guys have empowered our platform to compete with whether it's Joe Button Podcast, Vlad TV, The Breakfast Club. And when we get awarded and they say, hey, listen, you guys are number one. Yeah, of course, I try to do my part. But like if I was just if a tree fall in the woods and nobody's around to hear it or amplify it, they wouldn't give a damn. Like if our if our voice and our platform didn't move shit around and we weren't significant and it starts from the chat, we would never be number one, right? So I don't want you guys for a minute to think that, okay, we're awarded number one and it's just because Act is just like a good broadcaster. No, it's because we've built this where they see it. These artists, they like it could be the biggest or the smallest. They need to be aligned with what we have going on. That's how we've cultivated this thing here. So, I'm glad you guys are proud of me, but you should be proud of yourself too. This is a long time in the making, and whatever they claim that I represent in terms of influence, that's because they see the influence with you guys. So it's a collective win, and I'm actually. I was a little bit shocked that we're the first people to get awarded it twice. So, we're going to get a lot of hate, but now we got to think about how do we get it a third time, right?
We going for the 3P. Yeah, we going for the 3P. Come on, you already know what's going on.
Got to get it.
Yeah.
Next question. Real quick. Go ahead, Lord Megatron.
Hey, Ak, happy belated birthday, dude. I hope you're doing well, man. Love from South Africa.
Thank you. Oh, wow.
I just wanted to ask you, Ak, since Drake dissed Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z's rebuttal or response is probably going to be like, oh, nigga, I owe my shit, I owe my masters, etc. My question to you was, how come that rule is kind of only valid for like hip-hop artists? Like, I don't see, like, because you answered one of my questions earlier about Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, The Weeknd. How come artists like those aren't really too concerned with getting their masters back? And then my last question to you was, since you say Drake noticed all the love that fans have been giving him, so South Africa is kind of like one of the countries that a lot of international artists completely miss when they do like world tours. So my question to you is, if you could just whisper to Drake something like, yo, just go through Apple charts or Spotify charts by country and like the countries that you kind of don't go to on your world tour, check out, because he's the biggest artist in our country, stream wise, right, or numbers wise. So just like let that nigga know, like, yo, there's other countries that you haven't been on tour to and they really checking for you.
By the way, I haven't talked to him about touring. I'm pretty sure some tour will get announced soon. I will say though, I think he was trying to do that when he did go on the Europe tour and then he went to Australia. He's definitely trying to touch those countries internationally, and obviously, like South Africa. Obviously, he should definitely pop out there. I have to believe it's in the plans when he goes international again. I mean, I'll try to whisper in his ear. Definitely pause. But I'll try to do that. What was your other question? Your other question was about
My other question was Jay-Z's gonna tell him like, "Yo, I own my masters. You're a slave." So my question is like, why is that rule not true for people like Taylor Swift, right? Who UMG like allowed her to record all of her own music. Oh, and this also just popped up. Do you think if he gets the $2 billion deal, that UMG will ever allow him to buy his masters back from them?
No. You can't do the Michael Jackson equivalent. Back in the day, they made some deals with Michael Jackson that luckily they were able to salvage. I will say this. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Never mind. I will say this. I don't think Jay-Z would respond to Drake in a simplest fashion, as you said. I think Jay-Z is also a strategist. He's also a war veteran. I think Jay-Z is gonna more than respond. First of all, he's not gonna respond on some. All right, let's do a diss song battle. He's gonna respond in a long, drawn out verse, maybe on a Khaled record, just like how he did Gods did, or maybe it's on a song with I don't know, Pusha T. It's gonna be somebody from Rock Nation. When he responds, he's gonna attempt to be scathing, and he's gonna get into really nuances of not only trying to shit on Drake and trying to sun him, but trying to also like paint a picture kind of in the same brush with the same brush that Kendrick did. I still think he looks at Drake and doesn't think Drake. He has similar sentiment as Kendrick and says, "You're not like culture like me. I'm culture. I'm Jay. Like black people, they see me when they see rap. When they see rap, they see success. They see me. They don't see you." And I think he's gonna do it in a very clever way. However, let's get to your next point. Your point was about masters. I mean, masters are important on every level. Again, until you get to that point where these artists get to a label, they either wouldn't sell your label, but sell you your masters back. These artists are in really unique spots. Let's say, first of all, rap artists put out more records than non-rap artists. So Drake has dropped, let's say, since 2020, CLB, Dark Lane Demos, Her Loss, Some Sexy Songs for You, For All the Dogs. That's 6 projects he's dropped in literally 6 years. That's a project per year, technically. And now this is the 7th, which is going to be, well, actually not 7. It's going to be 10. So again, when you think about masters, Taylor Swift, obviously she's been on a re-recording stint, but in reality, Taylor Swift is she doesn't have that many records, and that's why her masters, she probably, now she owns her masters, but it probably took a while for her to get to that point to be able to have the leverage to ask for those masters back, because it took a while. Drake, just like why Future sold his masters, Future's going to drop like 5 records in the next like 4 years, and he's going to make a new catalog. So again, rappers have a little bit unique perspective on, creating these masters and adding on to the catalog. But I will say the reason why it matters for these particular artists is that they're huge artists, right? Like they have all
Let me
the
ask you
leverage
this
in the
thing, right?
world. Say again?
How come, like, when Drake, for example, wants to go independent, like the narrative would be like, oh, something mysterious will happen to him, like he'll just magically fall, get hurt, or die, whatever. Michael had the same thing. Prince had the same.
It's not about necessarily going independent. It's about going independent and forsaking the label system. So Kendrick Lamar technically is an independent artist, but he is distributed through a major. He has a licensing deal with the major. So basically, he's still on a major. You get what I'm saying? If Kendrick Lamar, I don't know, teamed up with Gamma and said, I'm going to release my music through their native distribution company called, I believe, NVIDIA, or is it Video or no? It's just not NVIDIA, it's Vidya. If they did that particular thing, Kendrick would be a threat a bit to Universal. Now imagine if Taylor Swift does it and then Drake does it. So again, the fear that Drake has is that he's about to be a unrestricted free agent. He could go anywhere. Now, the deal that they're going to sign with him, they know they're not going to get all the control, but they're going to at least get him back in the system. You need to keep him in the fold. Like all of these, like Ariana Grande, she's not in like a regular record deal. Like she's in like some really posh shit. If she's continually putting out music, she's probably renegotiated. She has a lot of leverage. The thing is, you don't let the slaves leave the plantation. That's the thing. The slaves start leaving the plantation altogether, that's a problem. You might move them up to the big house. You might say, hey, listen, oh, no, you get to go to Sunday school. You give them all type of perks. You change your deal up. You never let them leave the plantation. That's the problem. What Drake is saying now, Drake is threatening leaving completely. Right? That would be a problem.
That makes sense. All right, I'll just say this in closing. Like, I think there's a line Drake said on Firm Friends, which is about Kendrick as well. A lot of people say it's about Rocky, but Drake says, "KM nigga telling me something about KMT, do something for me, KYSAP." On the track, Kendrick kind of recommended ayahuasca to Drake, and DMT is one of the drugs that they give you when you take ayahuasca. So I think a lot of reviewers kind of just thought it was towards Rocky. I think it was towards both of them. But Mars, thanks for having me up. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
I think that's everybody. Hey,
Hey.
So what
No,
I
I think
wanna
we have.
Wait.
I
what
think we
I
have
wanna
two.
do
But go ahead.
what I wanna do is we can announce that they can submit questions in Discord, or they could go on Twitter or in the Twitter community and do the questions. We'll go get the questions. We'll vet them out. And how many questions you want us to send to you? So that you can read them.
Yeah, no,
Just let them all post questions.
Yeah. I feel we should always have questions on deck. Like, and again, that could be for maybe if we don't have time. I think we should do the stages a little bit more. So I kind of like this stages idea. But if it's a situation where like we can't get one of these in, we could at least answer the questions that's most relevant and most being asked or agreed upon needs to be answered in the community. You know.
Okay.
I got a
And
quick question.
one person wanted me to tell you that did you know that Ran from Atlanta was a throwaway Future song that got leaked called Fine Shit. Yeah.
Wait. Say it again. It's Ran from Atlanta is a what?
Lee caught fine shit.
A throwaway Future song that got leaked called Fine Shit.
Really?
Yeah, that's what somebody wanted me to tell you. That Stone, you can go.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
My last question.
Yeah,
it'll catch you. It'll
course,
catch you.
That's a fact. There's a lot of bars in there. You know what I'm saying? It's barred up.
I'm shocked you didn't catch on to the burning bridges.
It's crazy that Aiden Ross line was a shout out and a
Yeah,
diss at
but
the same time.
you know
Crazy.
whose favorite was that? Adrian Ross. Mal was a big fan of the one, the Adrian Ross one. He said it was the best bar he ever heard.
Hey, chat, I will say this, and if this is worth anything, so I'm sitting down with Drake. I don't even know if I should say it. I'll say it, I guess. I'm sitting down with
Go on, my brother.
And he looks at me, and actually, this is the most surprising thing ever. He says, "Ack, there's one guy that you beef with that I wish you never beef with. Like, I don't like that beef." And I swore he was going to say Lil Baby. Actually, I might have said that. He's like, I don't care. Yo, he said it was Maul. I was like, oh, man.
I knew it was Maul.
I knew that.
I
knew that.
He said Maul. He was like, I don't like that you don't get along
I was
with
gonna
him.
ask you, like, I wondered if y'all had that conversation behind the scenes.
No,
not on here.
He completely gets
So
like,
y'all not good? So you guys ain't good?
Who?
No.
I mean, Maul.
He doesn't even.
I didn't know.
This is the first time Axe said his name right. He usually be
That's
like
a big
Mal.
fact. That's a big fact.
Really, Maul, man. Anyway, so but he understood like my angle and shit like that. He kind of even knew like some of the stuff before, and he's like, I kind of get it. But it's like I just wish you guys weren't. And I'm like, it is what it is,
Y'all are his two biggest supporters on
I think
deck.
I might have told him, I said, yo, I dissed them up when I was doing my little complex thing. And he was like, oh, shit, I seen that. Congrats on being number one, brother. I It's like, yeah, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you know, me and Drake, we don't have to have the same mutual friends. You know, he could be cool with Mealy Mall. I don't want to be cool with him. I don't want to be cool with him. I don't want to be cool with him.
There he go with the name.
I don't want to be cool with him.
Yo, can you get your hands on Lake Como?
I could try.
Nah, we need that, man. We need that.
I could try.
Hey, what was the most surprising person that wasn't on none of the albums that you feel like that should have been on there?
Well, that's actually a pretty good question.
That is Wale.
Most surprising person not on the album. I'm not gonna say like Yachty. I think definitely, you know, Yachty wasn't as much involved in this project, but I'm trying to think who else. Who has he been like kind of? Definitely not Cole. We knew Cole wasn't gonna be on it. Like who? Like
How about Party? Well, Party was on the
Party's
last
on
one,
it.
right?
He's on the
I was
last
gonna
one.
say Bad Bunny.
I don't think
I
they
ain't
have.
gonna lie.
I don't think they have
we
synergy
thought- I
like that.
thought-
I'm gonna be honest.
I thought Raw Way was going to be on there.
It is over. Yeah, but they've never done one yet, right? So I think that's overdue. I think that's overdue. Like, you know, like I think Low Shimmy, part of him getting that song was also him speaking positively about Drake. I feel like Rod Wave has spoken so positively about Drake. Like, yo, Drake's the best.
He got a lot of Floridians on here, man. I'm still all these Floridians he got. That's a lot of Floridians.
Oh, I say Thug. I say Thug. For whatever reason, I thought Thug was gonna be on this junk. I thought, you know, he gave Thug two songs when Thug was in jail. Shit, supposedly gave him $1 million when he gets out. Like, it feels like, you know, he respects Thug a lot, and I would have thought Thug would have been on this project some way, somehow.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna go with that one too. I'm shocked he wasn't on there.
Yeah.
Probably because of snitching allegations.
Quick question, yeah. Is Drake and Ye cool? Because I saw Kanye was like credited on one of the songs on Habibti.
I have no idea about the status of their relationship. Actually, we talked about a lot of stuff. You know, I remember we never talked about him, and obviously those are private conversations. But yeah, I really don't know. I don't know the status of him and Ye. We're going kind of by Ye words at this point. Remember, Ye was just like, you know, he was trying to get him on Bully or something like that, and or was it Donda too? And Drake told him. He was like, yo, it'd be like my biggest wish right now to get you on this song. And Drake said something funny. Drake was like, you know, like in your dreams or something like that. Or something. It was something interesting or funny. But I'm like, damn, I don't think they hate each other. But I definitely don't. I don't think that relationship is remotely close to being repaired. And also, I think it's a little bit odd too. I think what happens is when Drake used to look up to Ye for all those years, times has changed. People have changed, and I think it's hard to go back to that relationship where Drake had that adoration for him. I think if anything, Drake probably looks at him like, bro, like even the line that's supposedly going at him saying, I know I got real numbers on niggas who claim they got billions. Kind of like almost Drake is kind of like, bro, like you're not a threat like that to me anymore. So I don't know if we're kind of close to them doing music together or what their relationship could be, if you ask me. It wasn't in your dreams. What did Ye said? He said Kanye asks. I think it's either Bully or Donda. Oh, he said I don't want to crush your dreams. He said, bro, I don't want to crush your. He said, yeah, man, don't mean to crush your dreams. Yo, that's cold blooded. I mean to crush your dreams, crony. Yo, that's so demeaning. Yo, I don't mean to crush your dreams, but that's crazy.
I love those little snarky remarks.
No, that was crazy. But anyway,
Yo, Act.
You need to get some rest.
Do you think Drake could go to Gamma if anywhere?
I mean, he could go any. Well, here's the thing. I believe that Drake, when he says B's on the table, and this is where I would kind of doubt the independence thing. Could Drake make a B off his music if he's this hot, continuing for the next 4 years? Yes. Do I think he rather go make it rather than just sign the check for $1 billion or $2 billion? I think he'll sign the check, bro. I think he wants to sign that $1 or $2 billion check, and That'll be the historic thing, and we'll never hear the end of $1 Billion Rap. He's gonna rap about like he's gonna have every type of bar telling us how he signed that check. Then I flipped it upside down, but except it was a B, but when you flipped it up, it was a P. Like he gonna have all time. This nigga is gonna have every. You know when Drake does some crazy shit. When he bought that plane, he flexed like it was. So I know he can't wait to do that. So it's one of those things.
I
Do you
wanted to
think he
ask
has
you
equity in Gamma?
something. Go ahead.
Do you think he has equity in Gamma?
Bro, I don't know. I gotta ask these questions to what's his name again? To Larry Jackson.
And do you think he has another album in the tuck for later this year?
I think he got more
Even though
music.
he put out 3.
I think he got more music.
Oh, okay.
I think he got more music.
Yo, what you think about this whole World Cup thing about Drake getting the performance and, on the side of where Kendrick was just coming off of the Super Bowl? What do you think about that?
Well, we're
And
gonna
that's
see
this year.
because supposedly Future got announced at one of the earlier games. We don't know like at the biggest moment is Drake gonna perform. I don't know about that. So we kind of have a wait and see attitude on what Drake is gonna be able to do. But I do feel like he's gonna be somewhat part of it. Keep in mind the World Cup is gonna be in Mexico. It's going to be in LA. It's going to be in New York. I think somewhere down south, and it's going to be in Canada. And apparently, when it does come to Canada, when it comes to performances, Drake is going to hold it down there. Is it necessarily going to be during the biggest game, the World Cup Finals? Not too sure. Is it consequential? If it's not, we're going to have to wait and see with that one.
I was seeing somewhere where it was advertised as that, but I could be wrong because Gianni Infante was talking about that. But you could be right. They could just be focusing on Canada for him because he is the ambassador for Canada.
Yeah, so remember they announced that Future. Look, Future is performing at one of these. Remember, the World Cup is a tournament. Future performing at World Cup. Look, Future is slated to perform at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. He'll take the stage at the opening ceremony. So he's going to perform in LA, June 12th. So the opening ceremony and that first game, he's going to perform. Is that going to be the biggest game? I don't think so. With every round, remember it's an elimination tournament, there's going to be more and more eyeballs. When is Drake going to perform? When is it going to Canada? There's many questions to be answered. But clearly, it's more than one person. By the way, it's Katy Perry, Future, and I don't know who Lisa is, and Tyler. There's a few of them, so I don't know if it's a medley or what. So it's not like this, with the Super Bowl, they just gave it to one guy. It feels like they're having a medley of performances, and we'll see how that goes. All right, people. I think we're gonna call it here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Hopefully this was a really dope process. Hopefully we can do this more from time to time. If you guys didn't know, we started streaming about I really want to say we started streaming about 12 hours ago. I can't tell. Does anyone know exact? Actually, I'll be able to tell right now. I'll know exactly when I got on. Does anyone know?
I dropped it on the Twitter community. You can go check the Twitter community link.
Oh yeah, it's probably in the Twitter community link. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but it's showing. Let's see, when was this?
The real question is, did you make that 10,000?
Oh no, that's from my gambling stream, and oh, you don't even want to hear it. Oh my, it's so bad. You don't even want to hear it. Like, you don't want to hear it. You don't. That's something me and the Kick crowd, we got to keep to ourselves because it's so embarrassing that no, I can't tell you. All right. Anyway, you guys, I will see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully the start of the 30 for 30. We definitely did 12 hours today, chat. 12 hours. So I did 12-hour streams, at least main streams, because we did 12 hours for Drake and we did 12 hours today. I'm gonna go watch Wemby catch a L to Shea Gilchrist, whatever his name is. I don't think Wemby's about to go get it done.
He's a Yardie. He's a Yardie. Just remember, he's a Yardie though.
Who?
Remember, he's a Jamaican still.
Who?
SGA.
Oh,
SGA is a Yardie.
Okay. I bet he got that then. He got that. It don't matter if that other guy looks like a
And Brunson
tarantula.
is a Jamaican too. You got to big up that too. Jalen Brunson, mother Jamaican. So big up the
for
Yardie.
real?
You see me?
Yes, and salute to the Knicks.
Well, somebody must
Yeah,
have that
yeah.
Jamaican obia, or it's called voodoo in some places. We'll call. They must have did something to James Harden because that boy out there, like I don't know what.
It's cause a little baby.
Yeah,
There will be a little baby.
yeah. I'm telling you, it's like yo, they need to bring little baby to James Harden locker room to get his niggas some mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to get his skill back. I don't know what's going on. Get
On
out
my
there.
soul.
Yeah, I don't know what's
That they
going
gonna
on.
need something. Hey, they gonna need some all-star
Yo,
juice.
me
Something.
want some
We
mouth to
not
mouth,
playing.
no?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like James Harden, we've never seen a guy look this bad. It's almost like we might have to investigate him. He might be getting paid to throw. This is bad.
Nah. You can't say that.
Man, oh man.
The Knicks just that good.
Hell no. I still don't believe in
We
the
get
Knicks.
it this year, my brother. Trust me.
Okay, good night.
We'll see though. All right, thank y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Be safe.
Later.
If you guys are
Big up, Act.
if you
Big
guys are
respect, my
listening to
I'm
brother.
gonna
me,
take you on that date tomorrow. Good
if,
night.
if you guys are listening to me, please hop in the Discord, hop in the community. They also do regular spaces where the discussion could be more centered around you guys in the audience, and everyone could chime in. Please join the community. You could always, even if you didn't get a chance to talk to me, you could always get your opinion off. All right, everybody. See y'all. Talk to y'all tomorrow.
Act the
Peace out.
GOAT. Act you the GOAT.